What up, y'all? It's the sports mix. Got Big Kenny on the building. Got my guys in with me. Got my guy Cheese
What's
and my
cracking,
guy
man?
Dean Noel. What's up, fellas?
What's up? What's up?
I don't know, man. It's tough times in the Charm City. Tough times in the Charm City, man. You know, big weekend of sports, and the home team boys ain't they didn't do well.
Yeah, they let us down a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm dressed for the occasion. I'm in funeral mode today. I know the people been venting all day on social media and on the radio, and the world is falling. The world is coming to an end,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and how dare Lamar Jackson make all that money and we lose a game like this. Uh, uh, where do we start? We're gonna start with the Ravens, but where do we start with this thing? You know, um, I watched half of the game before I went to the Orioles game yesterday, and I saw the Zay Flowers drop across the middle. He caught it and probably was turning around before he had it secured. It looked like that was kind of a sign for what the game was going to be for the receivers. Just they dropping passes. I did see Bateman drop the touchdown.
Mhm.
I did see that one before I left.
Mhm.
But then I just heard that it was just what it was like 8 drops, 7 or 8 drop passes, and about 3 or 4 of them could have went for touchdowns.
Right.
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
so it just was a tough day at the office for the offense. Uh, the drop passes, the you know, and it got ugly at the end, of course. So y'all give me your thoughts on just what happened yesterday from the Ravens standpoint.
You want to jump on the cheese?
Well, it was. I mean, they had a lot of opportunities they squandered. I thought Lamar actually. I mean, I thought he played well. The receivers, like you said, the receivers didn't help him out. Um, at points during the game. That last pass to Beckham, I thought probably was his worst pass because I was assuming it was going to be like a back shoulder throw or something where either he could get it or it's going to go out of bounds, and it was just right to Porter Jr.
Oh damn, he caught the
I
interception.
Yeah,
Oh man.
but I don't. I saw a lot of comments. I mean, we all can play Monday morning quarterback, and that's what the sports your show is about. Just different views and opinions, barbershop talk. But I think that again, Lamar played well. I kind of wish they would have stuck to the running game more,
Hmm.
um, and kept that, and because I really could have. I thought they could have wore out the Steelers. I thought they should have kicked it. What was that, at the end of the half
Yeah,
to get the points on the board?
yeah.
But that's something we deal with. But again, I'm gonna stay on the bus. I don't want to be one of them fans where we're gonna
My fault.
try to you good. I'm gonna stick with them and see what happens. They're 3-2 going into London this Saturday, this coming Sunday morning. So
Yeah.
I want to see how it plays out.
Let me get this out the way. Let me get this out the way here. Now, let me put my glasses on, make sure I'm reading this correct. I knew he was coming. I knew he
Who
was
is
coming. This is
who
this
is
is
that?
Barnett. This is Barnett. You know, my oh god. He
I don't.
married into the family. Let me just say that.
I didn't
And
see the comment. They're showing on the
yeah,
page
he,
or
The
no, he
Steelers
on the sports mix
division,
page.
huh?
He on the
yeah,
sports mix
Steelers
page.
are division leaders.
Yeah, he's a Steelers fan and a Yankees fan. I really need to talk to my cousin about her choices and spouse. This is ridiculous.
Oh,
This is ridiculous. Now I knew he was
oh, I
coming.
see it.
I,
I
I knew
see
he
it.
was
Okay.
coming. I knew he was coming. You know, But I'm gonna give you a shine, play cousin. I'm gonna give you a shine, man. You know, Steelers and the Ravens are both 3-2. They got the tiebreaker right now. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. But I'm gonna give you that. But that's all I'm gonna give you. So just take what I'm giving you now and be happy with that. You know, you know, I love you like a play cousin. You know, so just be happy with that. Y'all won the game yesterday, and too much of this Steeler talk and this love. I'm about to get sick on here. So let me get up off of you right now. Uh, right now. Yeah. See now the joke's coming. See, because I'm gonna give him his ad time. He slipped in here like a football through the ring. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Now he's a comedian.
Yeah.
Now he's a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, Ravens couldn't catch a cold, so he gonna slip in like a boy. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know. Hey, listen.
He ain't lying though.
He ain't lying. But you know, I'm only giving him this kind of airplay because he family. You know, and I'm really again, I'm gonna have to have a talk with my cousin about this type of because I don't like to take this type of abuse. You know, but I'm a stand up guy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna run from it. I talk my trash too when we whip you, which more times than not. I appreciate you for watching. You know, you gonna get a little love today. Y'all won the game, but you know, the Yankees was in last place. Let's not forget that. You know, I'm not gonna let you get away too easy. And my Orioles ain't looking too good in playoff, but they are in the playoffs. They are playing October baseball. And you did say you was gonna go to a playoff game, or was it a World Series game? You said you wanted to go to. I wasn't sure. And you're gonna wear Orioles gear when you go and have photos to show it. And I may be the one taking the pictures. So, all right, let's move on. Let me get up off him because making me sick. Man, my stomach's starting to hurt. All right, so let's get back to it. What you got, Dino?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Cheese really covered all the main points there. And you notice when you were en route to the Oriole game, and I was kind of texting you, trying to keep you up on what was happening in the Ravens game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times I used the word embarrassing.
Pretty much every text.
Yeah, because this was really, man, an embarrassing performance by the Ravens overall. You know, Justice Hill had a big fumble. You know, that hurt. They were driving. You know, when you look at all the drops, I mean, it was just painful. It was painful. And I think even on another play, Flowers fell down. He had
I did. I saw that on the highlights.
Yeah, he just fell. You know, so it was just an embarrassing performance. And when the Ravens didn't kick the field goal at the end of the first half, I mean, because the defense was lights out. And I mean, to go up two scores would have been me the logical thing to do. Really, I just don't know what I don't know what the decision making process was there, but just kicking that field goal would have given the Ravens a two score lead, and the way that defense was playing, it would have been difficult for the Steelers to come back after that. But you know, as that game went on, you just started to get the feeling that these Steelers was going to pull this game out by the way that the Ravens were playing, and that has happened. I didn't really realize that Mike Tomlin has beaten the Steelers, has beaten the Ravens. I don't know, what is it, 6 out of the last 7 times or something like that. I mean, and it always seems like the Steelers are able to pull out those type of games against the Ravens. And I think that it does point to the toughness of Mike Tomlin. And I think that, you know, these two coaches who both may wind up in the Hall of Fame, I still say that Tomlin has an edge, that grit, that toughness, man, for them to pull out this game because in reality, they was getting their asses whipped, man. The Ravens was killing them, dominating them. This was a dominant performance. The Ravens didn't get a penalty until the fourth quarter. I mean, penalty-free ball. Lamar was throwing darts. Of course, they were dropping all the passes, but I mean, the Ravens were dominant. That defense, man, was dominant. And I understand that, I always say it, the human being is the most emotional mammal on the planet.
Mm.
And I'm saying fire Harbaugh, he has to go. Lamar this, Beckham, throw him away, and so forth and so on. But we were getting those same kind of comments when they lost to the Colts, and then they go in and dominate Cleveland. So I was glad that the Ravens lost because they played so bad. It was embarrassing that I wanted them to feel the fullness of this defeat.
Mm-hmm.
Because in defeat, you go deeper into yourself than you do when you win. They needed to lose this because if they had pulled this game out, all this crap would have been this poor performance would have been swept under the rug. I didn't want it to be swept up under the rug. I wanted them to feel this. They feeling it. The fans feeling it. And believe it or not, the Ravens will still represent the AFC in the Super Bowl this year.
Ding.
Okay.
Ding. Did we get that? Did we get that? Yeah, so I would agree. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I only saw the first half pretty much of the game. And so thanks for keep me filled in too, on my way down to Camden Yards.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I was listening on the radio too. And then I also, when I got down to the stadium, they had the game on the big screen at Pickles Pub across the street. So when I was in line to get in the game, I was actually right as you was texting me some of the things, I was had my eyes on the screen behind me and was watching some of it, and you could hear it a little bit, so I could kind of hear what was going on. So yeah, it just was bad. So I think at that time it was did the Ravens get a safety? Like, did Steelers get a safety on the Ravens or something?
Yeah, they blocked the punt.
Blocked the punt. So that was happening as I was walking over, because somebody must have had the app. They was keeping track of the game on the app.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody had said that. So I guess that made the score what, like 10-5 or something?
10-5. They nearly recovered it in the end zone, but the guy for Pittsburgh, he was out of bounds when he hold of the ball, so it was 2 points instead of 6.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it just and I agree, man. You don't want to win. You don't want to win those type of games. You know what I'm saying? Because it kind of give you that false sense of yeah, well, we can overcome anything. But sometimes when you play bad, you deserve to get the result. You know what I'm saying? And so I also see, some of the comments you were saying you saw, like Harbaugh this and this, that, the other. Do you feel like Harbaugh was out coached at any point in the game?
No, I don't. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. And see, and that's another thing that kind of just drives me nuts. I'm like, I mean, if you're watching the game, the players got to make the plays. I mean, they were plays there to be made. Saying, yeah, you can question the not kicking the field goal at the end of the half. You can question that. But then again, I think Harbaugh looking at it like we dominating these boys. Our defense is playing tough right now. I can take a chance to make or miss this play. They missed it. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But I mean, I think sometimes when you get these little phrases, man, like he was out coached, or Lamar can't throw. When you got people that just look at the stats, they actually couldn't have watched the game and seen that he had 8 drop passes, and like I say, three of those drops could have went for 6. You know what I'm saying? And one of them was in the end zone for sure. So
well, 2 of them because Mark Andrews dropped one.
I didn't see that one. I was gone probably, but I did see Bateman. I did see the one Bateman drop.
And Aguilar, he just being Aguilar. That's what he's done his whole career.
Yeah,
He will.
yeah,
He will. Like my cousin said, he will. He will run great routes. He'll do certain things. He'll be in the right place, but in crucial situations, he will not make a catch.
right.
That's what he did the whole time with the Eagles. He is not in a clutch situation. He will not make a catch.
And I gotta be careful too. You know, when we getting comments like this from a Steelers fan. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I think it's, he fat, like, I'm a Coach Thompson guy, and Coach Thompson always had a little saying, they fattening frogs for sneaks. And sometimes I think Barnett he pat us on the back. Yeah, Lamar was great. It's the wide receivers, but I know it's some other stuff coming behind that. But I like you. Barnett. I'm gonna let you get some shine today. But yeah, you're right. Lamar played great game. He had to let down at the end, but and that's probably trying to make something happen that you know wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to do too much in a small window of time. You know, so and again, I didn't see it. I didn't see the end of the game personally. So I just go by what you guys saw.
What's up, JG? John Griffin.
Johnny G, what's up, homie?
Yeah, all right, all right.
So it's one of the 17. We 3-2 now. Uh, we passed that. Early in the season, I said I like to give them a four game window to kind of see, what my prediction, or not necessarily a prediction, just how I see the team. How I see the team and how the season playing out. I do believe we'll be a playoff team. I believe we're gonna win the division. I still strongly believe we're gonna win the division. It's one game. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have, like you said, you're gonna have people that's gonna say they take the opportunity to throw stuff at Lamar every chance they get. It's people that's laying on the fact that he had one bad play. I told you in the beginning, if Lamar had as much as a hangnail, you know what I'm saying, and he had to miss a quarter of a game, they coming. You know what I'm saying? They coming, man. And so before we move forward, let me bring up our other guy. New York's finest, the Bronx finest. My man,
My
CB.
dudes.
My man,
CB.
CB in the
Yo,
building. What's up, baby?
Now,
what's going on?
all
Oh
right,
man,
all right.
hey man, it's like a family reunion.
Man, you about to make my eyes water
You know what I
now.
mean? It's like a
Shit, man.
reunion up in this joint.
Damn. What
You
the
Don't
know,
be
fuck
so
you?
quick, man. Yo, Ken, just go right on, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
hey, we
go.
going. We going. It's good to see you back, brother. That's all.
All right, my man. What's
Good
up,
to see
Dane?
you
He
back
not
in the
What's
building.
up, Cheese?
What's up, man? What's cracking?
Yeah. So
Chilling, man.
the
Ready to get into this thing right here.
yeah, we know that Harbaugh is a guy that's gonna get some heat. He gonna have some heat on him with every decision he make that don't go right, and it's gonna seem like it was the worst decision ever
Excuse me.
made in football ever. Lamar Jackson, as good a game as he had, the mistakes are the one of what's going to show. The mistakes are what people are going to talk about the most. You know what I'm saying? We know this, and it's just part of the deal. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of the deal, man. So
Yeah,
you know,
a couple things, man, that I kind of picked up on. Um, I didn't think Marcus Williams was right. I think I saw him make one tackle, and it looked like he was kind of dragging his arm.
mhm,
So I'm questioning whether he might have come back a little too early from the injury.
mhm,
Uh, OBJ, he went running out, came back. I'm wondering about his condition. Moses got injured in the game. I mean, not Moses. He didn't play, but Makari, who was playing in Moses' spot, got injured in the second half in the fourth quarter, and Watt just dominated. And Falele does not have the footwork to be able to be guarding edge rushers. He
mhm,
just too big. He just ain't got the footwork. And I know on every play, they should at least on every passing play, they need to have somebody on that side to be able to help out with Watt over there. And Watt made some big plays, and I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that Moses wasn't fine, and Makari got hurt late in the game, and then Watt started showing up making plays. So those things were huge. And then the other thing that kind of hit me is that I was disappointed in Lamar down the stretch. This was a game that, things was going a little haywire. Guys weren't catching the ball. Punt got blocked. Some real crazy things was happening. And I think Kenny, you mentioned it as I was texting you. You said Lamar has to put his cape on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was thinking too. I said Lamar's gonna have to pull this thing out and grind this thing out and be spectacular to get this win. He didn't get it done in my eyes in this game. I thought that late in the game he was making plays, but he just didn't get over that hump. And that last that interception that down at the end with OBJ, that was probably his worst throw of the game, and it hurt the rate.
Yeah. So what's up, Stacy Mitchell, man, homeboy? What's good? Stacy asks, "Is it time to move on from Harbaugh?" I'm not in that camp. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in that camp. I'm a Harbaugh guy. I like success. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all follow me on the Sports Mix page and social media, I put up the meme about Lovie Smith being fired from the Bears as a I think he was 10-6 when they let him go. And the Bears have been to the playoff one time since. You know what I'm saying? I think they've had 3 coaches since that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes be careful what you wish for. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes be careful what you wish for. With Harbaugh, we tend to win more than we don't. You know what I'm saying? We tend to get to the playoffs more so than not. And most reasonable fans at least want to be in the dance. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a guy that want to be rebuilding every 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a guy that get all super emotional, with coaches and things like that. Because, I've been a sports fan all my life, and I've been around, and all of us have been around long enough to know the organizations that have success, they don't let individual games make big decisions for them. You know what I'm saying? They're going to look more at your track record. Now, your track record is not going to sustain you. You got to do something. You can't win a Super Bowl 10 years ago and just think that you're going to live off of that forever. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have something going. And I just believe that Harbaugh, continues to do enough to remain employed. I'm in that boat. I don't know if y'all guys think differently or not, but I don't think it's time to move on. I think, Harbaugh is a pretty damn good coach, and seem to get the most out of his guys, and is more successful than he's not. So what's y'all guys' thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I think I'm in agreement with you, and I will also say that I think if there's a change in the locker room, that would dictate any coaching change. As long as they gonna play for him, But and I think he has. I think he's one of the coaches that has the longest tenure. Or one
him
of them.
and
He's in
Tomlin.
that club.
Him and
Right.
Tomlin is one, and Harbaugh's 2.
Right.
And look at their track records.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Both of them. Tomlin has never had a losing season.
Right.
And his worst season has been 8-8. And his people be calling for his job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get it, man.
I didn't see yesterday's game, but was the loss? Is there some? Could it be attributed to the coach, or like a coach's decision? Was that the result of? I didn't see the game.
And I saw half of the game, and
Uh-huh.
it's about the players got to make plays. It was plays that was missed
Yeah,
that could have put that game away early.
there
Could
was
have,
like eight catches that could have been made, from what I
and like I say,
understand.
it was four of them that could have been for touchdowns.
Right.
So you know,
That's not
I
coaching.
no, nah. So they go, come on, Barnett, man. You writing paragraphs now, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You want to come on the show? You want to come on the show, man? Send me your email in my inbox. I'll pull you up. I'll let you talk. You know, I'll let you be the Steelers representative today. Send me your email. I'll let you come up.
You know, with Harbaugh, man, I think I'm in agreement. I think Brooks nailed it. The players, man, they playing for him, and I think he's well liked. He's well respected by the players, so he's going to keep his job. You know, as far as that go, I like the fact that I think Harbaugh has made some really good moves by, and I think that my understanding that these calls to let Wink go as a defensive coordinator and bring Mike McDonald in as a defensive coordinator. It was Harbaugh's call to give Greg Roman his walking papers and bring Monken in, and to me those were two crucial moves that I think is going to help this franchise. Now, like I say, we emotional, and at the end of the day, it's all about who gets the L and who gets the W. And the Ravens got the loss. But if you can push your pain to the side, push your emotions to the left, and look clearly at the game, the Ravens dominated the Steelers in the game. And as I look at and Monken's offense, they call out too. You know, I've seen some stuff about Monken. I'm unhappy with him. But if you look at Monken's offense, it was, man, they were killing them. It was about the drop passes that killed all the momentum that the Ravens had. Lamar was throwing darts, man. So Lamar looked very comfortable back there. So I'm extremely happy with the Ravens this year. And I know that Briscoe, and as I'm on record as saying, I think the Eagles and the Ravens will wind up in the Super Bowl. In my mind, you got three undefeated teams. The Eagles, the 49ers, and the Ravens. Now, and it's crazy that they put a lot of money into upgrading their receiving core, and you can look at both of their losses and pin it on the receiving core. Because if Isaiah Likely makes that catch against the Colts, we win that ball game. And if these guys make these catches against the Steelers, this game turns into a blowout. So I'm extremely happy with the Ravens. I'm happy with the moves that Harbaugh made, bringing these guys in. And I still say that these Ravens are the best team in the AFC.
Yep. And it's just I mean, I've said this before, you know what I'm saying? Like, I realize as fans are emotional. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about unrealistically emotional at times. I think my temperament, you know what I'm saying, as a fan, I don't know. I just look at the games from a different perspective. I don't get too high or low with games. Of course, I want them to win every game. But I don't let my emotions get the best of me, because I look at the game from, it's always a play or two or three that you could have made that could have turned the tide. And the Steelers coaches probably look at it the same way, even though they won the game. They were plays that they left on the field as well. I mean, it's probably the coach in me that look at it that way, that, there are always plays that's left out on the field that you could have made. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it in sports is that you can't make excuses. You know what I'm saying? You can't come back today again like Monday Moore, the quarterback, and excuse away the mistakes. The mistakes are just what they are. They are mistakes. those drop passes are just that. You know what I'm saying? They are drop passes that could have and should have made a difference in this game, but they didn't. The Ravens lost the game, and then we got to move on to the Titans in London. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the players got to look at it. Fans, not so much. We gonna carry this thing probably till next Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Just the or woulda couldas, and then sometimes we, as fans, because with every loss, it's like the season coming to an end right now. You know what I'm saying? We lost the game, and oh my God. And then we got to wait till next Sunday to get right. You know what I'm saying? Not like basketball, baseball, where you might have a game tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? Or 2 nights. You know what I mean? So the turnaround a little quicker. With football, man, it's a whole week. And you're going to stew on that thing,
What was the
for
final?
a couple days. What was that?
17-10? Was that the final score?
Yep, 17-10. Yep.
So the Ravens defense gave up just a 7 on the picket. But wait a minute, 17. Okay, and they got a field goal too. I think I don't know if them scores came the turnovers or not. I can't remember. But that defense is right, man. That defense is right, and they still ain't all the way healthy.
So again, hey, this is Barnett with the if they trusted the kicker, they might have won both games. Is it a thing of not trusting Tucker or taking a chance, going with your gut? I definitely don't think it's not that they don't trust Tucker. They trust Tucker. Tucker's the best kicker in the league. So they don't trust him. Sometimes as a coach, man, it's man, you trying to one up the next guy, or you trying to think ahead of the curve or whatever. So you trying to outthink the other guy. So sometimes you take a chance. I've done it. You know what I'm saying? In my limited youth basketball stuff. But you take chances to try to win a game. You know what I'm saying? We going for the 3 to win instead of the 2 to tie. You know what I'm saying? It's a chance you take. And it's a 50-50. You either gonna hit it or you're not. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with taking a chance of, do I run Tuck out there to get the 3? So then what happens? And it's rare, but it could happen. What happens when you run Tuck out there and he misses or get blocked? Then what's the talk? Then what we saying then? You know what I'm saying? So there's no guarantee that he gonna go out there and hit it. He gonna hit more than he not, of course, just because of his record. But there's always a chance that something else could happen. You know what I'm saying? So if he go out there and he kick the field and they block it and they run it back for a touchdown, then what? Now then what we talking about today? You got Lamar Jackson. You should have let him run the 2. You know what I'm saying?
Trusting the kicker, that's nonsense. I mean, come on, man. He's the best kicker in the game. I mean, it's not even about, not trusting the kicker. What he was trying to do is trying to put in some more points on the board, and he made the wrong decision. That's all it was. I mean, but trusting that guy, right. You give me you line up every team and say, okay, you get a chance to pick one kicker. I'm picking that dude. Yeah, I'm picking that dude. If I got to make a kick, ain't even about trusting that kicker. Is he made? I mean, it didn't work. It didn't work. That's all it was. It didn't work.
Barnett, you're getting real close. You're getting real close. I didn't put up enough of your comments today.
I agree with
real close, buddy.
I agree with Joe Pat, man. He said, how you not trust the guy kick the 66-yard field goal?
Right.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, it ain't about trust. It's not that they don't trust Tuck. I don't buy that.
Yeah,
I don't buy that at all. They trust him.
He's the last person on the team that I question going into each week.
Yeah, you trust him more than you trust anybody else.
There you go. Yeah.
So it is definitely not a lack of trust with Tucker, man. I mean, the guy's an opera singer. The guy's an opera singer, for God's sake. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
I was with him on all the other stuff he put up, like the draft choices and all that, but man, that.
See, I mean, I told y'all, listen. Barnett is a Yankee fan and a Steelers fan, so you gotta sometimes consider the source.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying. Now, I offered him an opportunity to come on. So he gonna sit behind his keyboard. I'm gonna mess with you. know what I'm saying? I'm gonna mess with you, play cousin.
So wait a minute. Are you saying that he's afraid of the smoke?
I'm afraid.
Oh,
I'm saying
shit.
that. Yeah, I'm saying. I'm
damn.
calling
I'm just
him out.
asking.
I'm
I'm
calling
just
him
asking.
out. Yeah, he's
Damn.
afraid of it.
I mean, that's what you
Damn.
said. I mean, I didn't say that. I
Oh,
didn't
he
say
said,
that.
okay. He said he gonna be there. We gonna see, cause we here.
All right.
You know,
all
we
right.
here.
Damn.
You know what I mean, we here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
think
that
Kenny
shit.
said I know Kenny a long time. I think Kenny just said he's afraid of the smoke. That's
Yeah.
what I think he said.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
Yep. Look,
Damn.
he talking smack now.
Oh,
Look,
shit.
look.
Damn. Damn.
I can't even see him.
Damn, I gotta
Were
take a
y'all,
drink
were
on
y'all
that,
at the
man.
family reunion together, Kenny?
Nah, not that. It wasn't that side of the family.
On that side, okay.
He might not have made it back.
Mm.
He said he'll show up. He not the Baltimore Birds. God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
damn.
Oh,
Damn.
Ooh, wee.
damn, you got to keep.
Damn. Yo, what was that? That was some smoke. I think I just saw some
No,
smoke.
you can't give him smoke. The detector went off. If I saw his face if he came on, I give him credit. I give him credit for it.
No. Oh, listen. Now you're a keyboard gangster. Now he keyboard gangster now. Look. O's down 0-2.
I'll tell you something.
I'd rather be down 0-2 in the playoffs than not be in them at all.
Yeah.
Where the Yankees at this week?
Yeah.
What beats they on this week?
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's right,
man.
CB, you're a Yankee fan too. But you're
Yeah.
from New York.
Facts.
You are
He
from
said
the
straight
Bronx, New
fire.
York.
I could dig it. I could
You're
dig
from the Bronx, New York. This
Facts.
guy is from Maryland.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Oh. Damn. Damn.
it. He said can't hear you over 27 rings.
Damn,
Yeah,
man. You
I'm
pulling
sure.
papers on
And-
people, man.
And he only been alive for about 5 of them. Now he want count the whole. He Babe Ruth and all them now, right? Okay. All right.
Damn.
I get it.
Damn.
I get it. You know what I mean? I get it.
First of all, he got to thank us for Babe Ruth.
Right.
Exactly. Babe
Yeah.
Ruth born in Baltimore, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
27 rings.
27 rings.
Oh,
That
my
what?
goodness.
You know what? Yeah, that's a good one.
No, I ain't giving him that. That man 27, man. He 27 years old.
Damn.
I ain't giving him that.
27.
Look, CB don't even talk about 27 rings, and
No.
he a New York guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah.
He pulled
I
out
got
the
Rockaway
receipts and
older than
all
that.
man.
Hell, I got Rockaway older than him. What is he talking about? I got
Damn.
Rockaway.
You 38.
He
The
got-
O's haven't won in your
the new
life.
Cubs.
No,
Damn.
slow down. Now, it took the Cubs 100 years.
Damn.
It took the Cubs 100 years, buddy. Slow your roll.
Damn.
Slow your roll now.
Gee, the Yankees had 5 rings.
Yeah, you know. Look, hey,
Pack
look.
said he wouldn't let us in the stadium.
Damn.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah. But anyway,
Done started some shit.
This type stuff I got to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm good. I'm
Incredible.
I'm up for it. I'm up for it. But so you know, tough loss yesterday for the Ravens, of course. You know, you expect to lose games when you drop in 8 passes. You know, and 4 of them should have went for scores. You expect to lose games like that. The defense played again. The defense I think is 2,000 defense is saying a lot. They're not that good.
Come on, man. That's not even breathed that,
Yeah,
man.
but you know, that's the reference we got here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Baltimore for better part of 10 to 15 years was always in the top 5 in defense, top 10 at least. You know what I'm saying? So we know what good defense look like. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it. You know, the bend but don't break defense. You know, they may give up some yards, but they're not giving up touchdowns. You know, I think the move to get Smith last year was probably the biggest move that I've seen the Ravens made in a trade, especially in the midseason, ever. I mean, that move seemed to put the defense right where they needed to be. You know, it freed up Queen. Look how much better Queen has played since he's had Smith back there with him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting the defense to continue as long as they, remain injury free, they don't have any major injuries. I expect Humphrey to come back, and do what Humphrey does. You know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting the defense to continue on that path to be top 5, 10 by the end of the season. It just got to get better, consistent play from the offense. What's up, little buddy?
What's up, man?
What's going on? Hey, yeah. So I'm expecting. I'm not expecting the offense to play like this. And now, the last time the Ravens went over there to London, who would they play? Jacksonville.
That's what I
Jacksonville
was
busted
thinking.
them
The
up over there,
Jaguars. I think they played the Jaguars.
and that got ugly quick. That got ugly quick, and so I'm not expecting that type of performance. They left today, if I'm not mistaken. They already in London.
Yeah, they did.
So they'll have a few days to get acclimated, to the time, the difference in time, and whatever it is they need to get as far as routine wise, and then the game will be 9:30 our time next Sunday. So to give them an opportunity to get get acclimated to the time frame and everything else going over there. Any thoughts on that game coming up Sunday with the Titans? Just before we move on.
Well, I think it's gonna be a tough game. Time change. I mean, I'm glad they left right away. I think they'll do well though. I think they're gonna bounce back. I think we, as Ravens fans, we get a little spoiled because we're not an organization that really drastically takes a decline much. We're always very competitive every year. Every single year we're competitive. We might not be as competitive as we like in years where we think we're going to be better, but I mean, we're 3-2 right now. We get this win, then we come back home, and we can be sitting pretty good. And mind you, I tell people we got 12 games left. 12 games. That's a lot of games. So I look forward to them, playing strong and and right, Tennessee and then Detroit, who's turned into a heck of a team, man. So we need this win. We really do.
Yeah. And I also am one to remind us Ravens fans of that 5-game stretch where we did not score one touchdown. The world was coming to an end. We went from Tony Banks to Trent Dilfer, who was a has-been. And we ran it off the rest of that season. So, we always count us out. And in 2012, again, when we won the last time we won the Super Bowl, we backed into the playoffs. We played terrible in December for the most part, and the Ravens got in as a wild card.
Yeah.
And I mean, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we in the dance, as long as we are in the dance at the end of the year, and we're not sitting at home watching and wishing that we were there, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? And so
right.
This is one game of 17. It didn't go our way, but we still 3-2. We could have, you can say coulda, shoulda, wouldas every game, but hey, we on to the next game, and that's why, again, that's why teams like the Patriots, when they were winning, Bill Belichick always on to the next, to the next. You don't sit in it too much. You don't get too high or too low. You celebrate the win for however long, was it 24 hours? Then once it's over, it's over. You on to the next thing. So, again, I'm a different kind of fan. I don't really get too emotional. I don't get all upset one way or the other with wins and losses. I try to, because the goal is to be there at the end. You want to be playing your best football December, January. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be riding high in September and October. Or how some people, when the Ravens was coming out the preseason undefeated, And you got people making jokes. Oh, they worry about preseason. It's like, no, it's not about the preseason, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You play every game to win the game. I think what's the coach name that said that?
Herman Edwards. Herman Edwards.
Herman Edwards,
You
right.
play to win the game. You know, you want to win every game. And whether it's preseason or not, you know, winning
Right.
it's all about the attitude. So you feel better when you win a game. I don't care what the game is. If it's a preseason game, it's, you know, it's a better feeling on that bus ride or that plane ride or whatever. Practice is a little bit more upbeat when you get a W. You know what I'm saying? So you know, again, I said it a couple weeks ago. You know, the steaks don't taste as good when you lose. You know, the beer don't seem as cold. You know, the Kool-Aid ain't as sweet. You know,
Yeah.
but hey, you got next week. It ain't over. You got next week to go. So,
You know what chats my ass about playing in London though?
talk to me.
When there's a game over in London, so say if it's the Jaguars against whoever, the Patriots, some dude is wearing like a 49er jersey in the stand. Another one's wearing a Cowboy jersey. They wearing every fucking jersey in the league except the teams that are not that are playing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that lets you know that, you know, in England there's a huge NFL following. So
Yeah.
when them fans come into that stadium, they have on all kind of jerseys.
Yeah, that's a good point though.
It's
yeah,
crazy.
you're right.
It's crazy though, but it looks crazy. But
yeah,
following they do.
Yeah.
So is the plan to have like a game every week in London? Because I know there was one last week.
I don't think it's every week, but they got quite a few.
Okay.
You know, it's quite a few games going on over there every year because you know it's a money grab for the NFL.
Oh yeah,
they found a way to get some dollars, and they're gonna manipulate that every chance they get. Y'all continue on. I gotta take a break right quick. Y'all go ahead and chop me up.
No, Pat made a good point too, man. He said a lot of military folks go to the games over there and they represent their take. Good point, man. You and Dean made a good point. Yeah.
Point. Yeah.
I stand corrected. Thanks, Dean.
Yeah.
For making me look bad on national TV.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Not at all. Not at all. But they should do okay over there. It's gonna be interesting being up at 9:30 watching the Ravens play. Real early for us.
Yeah. Yeah, what you do? A Beyonce wardrobe change?
Yeah. I had to get out the funeral clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
The funeral was over. I'm back now. You know.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was getting a little warm up in this motherfucker, man. I was getting a little hot.
Cuzzo got you hot now, man, or what?
Nah, just that sweatshirt up in here had me a little warm. You know, and the goddamn skull cap.
Yeah.
I tried to go with the shades, but I can't read without the goddamn glasses, so I had to put my glasses on. You know.
Yeah.
But the funeral was over. You know. Yeah, it was a little rough, man. So let's move on to the Orioles. I had opportunity to partake in my first ever playoff game at Camden Yards yesterday. Great experience. You know, I had great seats. I'm right behind home plate, man, on the front row there, you know.
Shit.
So I mean, I'm getting to see all of the, you know, I'm getting to see all of the
pictures online.
I posted a couple. You know, I saw Adam Jones was sitting over to my right.
Okay.
Joan Jett was over. I think I got her on a video. I didn't get a picture of her.
I thought you said you got her number. Can you?
Nah, you got a number?
Nah.
Damn,
I never said that.
Oh, okay.
No, sir.
At any point during the pregame, did you think about streaking?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. And if I did, I mean, I was sitting behind the net. I was sitting behind the net. So
yeah, you're awfully close.
Yeah, I was behind the net. It would have been a little tough for me to get out from behind the net.
Boy, you some shit with you.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd have been great though.
Nah.
Great.
Nah.
Plus, if you would have did the Heisman pose, that would have been nice.
Now I will say this. They had a tough time bringing me down because I'd have went Earl Campbell on them. They might have had to tase me to get me down.
That's some shit.
And I don't move as fast as I used to. Not that I was out there. Not that I was Carl Lewis or somebody out there, but
right.
I move pretty good for a big guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no streaking was in the plan at all. They were safe from that.
Pitching Gunnar Henderson try to tackle you.
Hey, and that wouldn't have been good. And I like Gunnar Henderson, but I might have had to end this.
Gunnar a big boy though, man.
I mean, I sized him up. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I could take him.
Right. I hate you.
He got a baseball bat in his hand. Gunnar got one out the yard last night.
Yeah.
It was a big hit. Trying on the comeback trail. They, not went out the park, man. I'm a Gunnar fan. I'm a Gunnar fan. I like Gunnar, man. I think, with the youth movement in the city, man, is huge. And there's still more guys coming. Still more guys coming. I'm anxious to see my guy down there at
Holiday.
Yeah, Holiday, Jackson Holiday. I'm very interested to see him, and really interested to see what they're going to do with him and Gunnar. Who's going to be the shortstop? What they going to do with that? Is Gunnar going to be the shortstop? Maybe they put Holiday at second base.
Tell you what I would do, but I tell you what, going into the season now, I don't want to get past because the Orioles so tough. They are not out of the series at all.
No.
They're not out of the series.
No.
They're the best road record in baseball, and they haven't been swept in a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I fully expect them to come out and play like they always played the whole year. But I'm gonna tell you this about people don't realize the talent that the Orioles #1 brought up this year, and the talent they have at Norfolk. The talent they have in Norfolk is unbelievable. And I know a lot of people, they interested in just the major league team. They don't understand the process of bringing up a kid
the farm
through
system.
the farm system.
The farm system.
And the Orioles are rated the best farm system.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. The last 3 years been rated the #1 farm system in baseball.
Wow.
And you got a kid like Jackson Holiday, who was voted the player of the year in all of minor league baseball. Yeah. I don't understand. I hope people don't realize this kid jumped from single A to triple A in 4 months.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. He's 19 years old. Wow. And
what's up, Neil?
What's up, Neil? What's up, Neil? And going into next year, it's going to be impossible, especially if he comes to training camp. And then you got guys like Kauser, who I think is going to be fabulous. He's going to get his bat together and come back up here. The Oriole farm system is but it's off the chart. You talk to any baseball prognosticator, their farm system is out of this world.
Absolutely.
Jeez, how many of the players right now if you know how many players
all right, so if you
on
go
the
back
roster come up through the farm system?
So if you go back, you got to start with guys like 4 or 5 years ago, Mountcastle, Santander. Then you got to go with Jordan Westberg, Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, Grayson Rodriguez, all these guys, especially the last 5 of the 6 that I mentioned have come in the last year, 2 years. Not only that, you got Kyles, you got Jackson Holiday, you got the kid Joey Ortiz, I believe. I mean, they got so many players. Okay. That's why Norfolk had the best record in all the minor leagues. They were like 85-40. Unbelievable record. And
wasn't Cedric Mullins a
yes
farm guy too?
Yeah.
And he one of the older guys.
Yeah, and Cedric's only 29. And he's not hitting right now, but Cedric's a dynamic player when he's on.
Oh, yeah.
We got to get him. I mean, But that core right there, along with what they having, that's why people like John Smoltz, Derek Jeter, um, Derek Jeter in June said that he thought Adley Rushman was the most impactful rookie he's seen in a long time. That's coming from Derek Jeter. Now you got John Smoltz who's saying this guy, they have a dynasty in waiting with how much talent young talent they have. That's his words, not mine.
Well, I mean, just look at the record from the time they pulled Rushman up.
Sure.
I mean,
the fifth best record in baseball for the last year and a half. You combine all teams.
Yeah. So I mean, the impact is clear. You know, and what's the GM name? I'm terrible with names.
Mike Elias.
Elias. He was sitting over that little section too.
Yeah, he's always right there.
Yeah. So I saw him. I didn't notice him until the game was over. He was leaving out. But yeah, he's doing a phenomenal job, you know, putting this thing together. And I remember when he took the job, you know, he said, hey, you know, he's got to be patient. And really they was talking maybe 5 years, you know, and with this year 4, you know, year 4, they got an American League East championship. And like you say, the #1 farm system in all of baseball, right? And you don't even have all of the talent up here. But what it's doing, like you say, I don't want to get too far ahead, but what having talent is never a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It just you have to have the right somebody to manage that thing. You know what I'm saying? To really know how to move those pieces. Because at the end of the day, when you sit in the seat like that, it's all about understanding the chess match. You know, what pieces can I afford to sign? Because you're gonna have to sign some of them long range. We know that you're not gonna be able to sign everybody, but it's all about, can I move this piece to get that piece? You know what I'm saying? Can I move this piece to get a championship piece? You know what I'm saying? So the next couple years for the Orioles is going to be, I mean, I think we in for some great baseball, you know, for the next I don't know, 10 years at least, you know, with the youth movement and you know, knowing how to draft, even when you drafting from a position of a winner, is a you know, it's a acquired skill. Everybody can't do it. You know, everybody can't do it. You know, because usually, you know, teams that win, you usually get later draft picks, and you know, some teams get complacent when you got talent and you fall in love with the talent you got. And I think one of the keys when you look at football, when you look at the last dynasty that we kind of know, the Patriots, I think what made Belichick so good was he didn't fall in love with his players. He tended to move guys on before they got to that point where they were like, all right, they kind of falling off. He kind of had a thing about moving certain guys on, you know, and usually when they was up for some money, you know, when they was up to get paid, and he had a thing about moving them, you know, where it didn't cripple the team to have to sign them, and he just seemed to know how to replace them with the right guys, you know, and it worked, you know, for the duration of that I guess 15 years that they was, you know, pretty much running the NFC, the AFC East, and they won 6 Super Bowls. So, you know, it's really about knowing how to manage that thing. I just don't want to see us turn into a Yankee, you know what I'm saying, where the Yankees felt like they could just buy everything. So I know the Orioles not going to play that game because we a mid-major team. What they call us a mid-market, small market team. Yeah, we don't have that kind of budget. We can't go out and spend money like that. But you know, you have to make some decisions with these guys that you drafted. You know what I'm saying?
See, you know what, Kenny? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. See, and I'm looking at his comment. Have a bad track record of. See, you got to stop all that right now, because that track record is gone. Because they have now set a precedence the last 5 years of drafting elite talent. That whole narrative of bad track record of development is gone. That's been gone.
Mm-hmm.
What they did now is they developed players over the last 5 years. That track record thing is gone. It's gone. It's over with. You're talking about stuff when they lost 100 games 2 years ago, lost 100 games 3 years ago. They
Mm-hmm.
had nothing to do with developing players at that point. What they were doing at that point was developing players.
Right.
Those players are now matured and have come to the big leagues, and now you're reaping the benefits. That is gone. That whole narrative. And then you have another thing. They have now signed a deal, the new lease agreement. They're going to get some more money from the city. They're going to get some more money from the state. They're going to get $600 more million. That whole narrative. Now, what the Elias may do is say, look, I got some kids that have contracts for good for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
They may say next year, depending on Gunnar and Westberg or how they do, or West and Rushman, all right, let's sign them early. Let's save some money. Let's see if we can save some money. Elias is going to probably be proactive in that. But that whole narrative where the bad track record of development, that's gone. That's gone. That's why they were voted the best farm system the last 3 years. They have fully developed, and one thing that you have to give Elias credit for is not only is he getting talent, it's the mindset of the talent, because these dudes play like they are not talented. And what that means is they hustle on every single play. Usually when you have somebody who's extremely talented, they use their talent as their shield when I ain't got to go hard. These dudes play hard every single out. That's why they had the second best record in baseball. That's just what it is.
Another thing I push back on, is who did we develop that got away that was a superstar?
Thank you.
Other than Manny Machado, who I wanted Manny to stay.
Yes.
Well, who else have the Orioles really let go that we look at and say, damn, we let him go?
That's a false narrative.
Because Mussina got paid.
Yes,
he got a second contract with the Orioles. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Adam Jones and all them guys got contracts.
They all got contracts.
So I mean, again, I agree with you that's kind of a false narrative.
It is. It's
definitely
a false
that gets put out. And I think Peter Angelos over the years took a lot more heat than was deserved. He deserved some heat. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not going to excuse him for what was happening. He deserves some heat.
Yeah.
But I think it just became so easy to point the finger.
Yes.
At Peter Angelos, don't care, this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't look at the things that he did, that didn't work. You know what I'm saying? And so I agree that narrative is dead. You know what I'm saying? And we can't keep holding on to that. That's 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like 2011 to 16 didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? We get so caught up into, they were bad the last couple of years, and we forget there was some great baseball being played in that window. With the Adam Jones and them guys. Them guys were not slouches, man. They played some great baseball and some great times.
Yes, it was.
They just didn't get it done.
That's right.
They just didn't get it done.
That's right.
You know what
He's
I'm saying?
saying Moose taking the hometown. I mean, come on. You know what? Here's the thing. And I know you hate me when I come on the show and I say certain things. If you're gonna comment on the show, please make it facts. Moose taking one of the hometown discount. That is absolutely not true. Kenny, let these dudes know that I know baseball more than 99% of this country. You cannot come on this show and spew that narrative. That is totally not true.
That's definitely not true.
That's not true. Come on, man.
Get them cheese.
Well, give them the facts, T. Tell them what that was.
That's not true.
You know
when the fact is, they were going to pay him.
Yeah.
The Yankees paid him more. Yankees paid him more.
Who gonna argue with more? You know what I'm saying? Who gonna argue with more? I might, and see, that's the thing too. We love our teams, right? We love our teams, and we get a little offended.
Yeah.
When we find out the players don't love the team as much as we do.
Right.
I keep telling people, man, the sports is a business.
Yeah.
And you got to make business decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a guy.
Right.
I'm just using player A. I'm not even gonna put a name to him. He
Right.
get drafted to the Orioles. The Orioles give him an opportunity. He blows up. But player A
Right.
is from Southern California. You know what I'm saying? And his
You're
dream
right.
was to play for the Dodgers
Mhm.
or the California Angels or somebody.
Mhm.
When the opportunity presents itself,
Yeah.
and he have an opportunity to go to that team, and it's a matter of dollars and cents. Come on, man, what you gonna
Yeah.
do? I
Right.
mean, Mark Teixeira, Baltimore Savannah Park kid, they made a big deal about
Mhm.
should he come here to the Orioles, right? Orioles made him an offer. The Yankees made him a better offer.
Your sound, Kenny, is doubling up. You got something else, son?
Somebody got some sound up.
That's
Oh,
me. That's me. That's me.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, somebody got some sound up. But yeah, so Teixeira made a business decision. You know what I'm saying? And then after he made the business decision,
Mm.
he said it was always his dream to play
Yeah.
for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Who can be? Why are you mad at that?
That's it.
You know what
Well,
I'm saying? It's a
That's
business
it.
decision, man.
You're not gonna get him.
yeah, I think them bringing that up about the farm system is really ridiculous, and we gonna throw that in the ocean. Now this guy Elias.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not sure if people truly recognize what we've seen happening to this Oriole organization under this guy Elias. Now, this guy is making all the right moves. I mean, I've already labeled when I seen that left field wall get moved. Now I done dropped the genius tag on this dude Elias.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at this Oriole organization and you look at the farm system as cheesed and jumped into pretty heavy, I think the Orioles have more top 100 prospects than any organization in baseball right now that are
Yes,
not
they do.
team.
Not even on the team yet.
They're not even on the team right now. So what you're talking about is a team that barely missed the playoffs last year, are in the playoffs this year, won over 100 games,
Mhm.
and they got more top 100 prospects
Mm.
in the minors than any team in baseball. This guy Elias is a genius. I told you he moved that wall back.
Yeah.
Man, that was genius,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yep.
That shit was genius, man.
Yep.
When
Yeah.
he
Yep.
had the number one draft pick, people were talking about what's the dude that played baseball and his son was a number one. Jones was his last name Jones.
Yes.
Oh, Chip.
Andrew
Andrew
Jones.
Jones.
Andrew
Andrew Jones.
Yes.
Jones,
Yep.
bona fide. Looking at him as
Yep.
a top player. There was other people as top players, and
Yep.
no one knew who was going to be the number one pick.
Yep.
Elias picked Holiday.
Mm.
The guy is like the number one thing out there right now in the minors.
Yeah.
I don't know if people really understand what this dude Elias is
Speak
doing
it.
and what he has done. I'm telling you, this guy is a genius. And actually, when they brought Adley up, to me, that reminded me of, it's like ADBC, before Christ, after Christ. It was that's the ADBC with the Orioles. We on the AD side now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This was once they brought Adley up. The Orioles is in that direction right now, and for the next 7, 8, I don't know how long, but you know that they are competing for the playoffs and
And
for
that's
the
what you
World
want.
Series for the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
That's what you want.
Elias is a genius.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you made a great point. Moving the wall back. So John Smoltz made great points last night during the game. And I got a lot of respect for him. He said, number one, Elias did that, and the Orioles did that knowing that number one, that would be an attraction for pitchers to come there.
Yep.
Number two, he moved it back strategically because a lot of his ball players are left-handed power hitters.
Mm.
So they go in the right field hitting home runs. It just so happens you got guys like Rushman and Gunner who can, and Santander and Mountcastle can hit it out anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're playing to that, number one, we're going to need another starter, in my opinion, going into next year. That's a whole different can of worms. But for what they did, and somebody said something about, well, they're getting a lot of first and second round picks. That doesn't matter because 90% of first and second round picks don't even pan out.
Right.
But you got to remember, Cedric Mullins, I think, was the 13th round.
Mm-hmm.
Guys like that. So it's not only who's he picking, when he's picking, but who he's picking. Because you can pick a guy in the first round, and he can pan out to be nothing.
Yeah.
But like Dean said, he's strategically picking guys to fit the old school Oriole way. I credit Brooks Robinson and Jim Palmer for hanging around these young kids. I credit Cal Ripken for hanging around these young kids because people don't realize, a lot of young kids don't realize 66 to 84. I know it's a long time ago, but that's what my point is. That was established as the Oriole way, was the best record in baseball for 18 years. So when you have them guys who all they did was win, come and talk to these young guys, and Brooks Robinson loved watching these guys play. He watched every night. That has to mean something. So now that they're getting this thing where, you know what? I see what they were doing. These dudes play hard, man.
Yeah.
Gunner getting a black eye last night. They behind. This dude plowing in the home plate, even though it puts them up 2 runs, but they didn't give up last night.
No, they're not going to give up.
They actually had a chance in 9th inning to really do some more damage.
Yep.
But,
when's the next game?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
It ain't over.
It ain't over.
No, it ain't over. It ain't over by a long shot.
It ain't over.
So let me interject here real quick. I can't, I'm down here in Atlanta, and these Braves.
They won tonight.
They did, my guy. And,
they came back.
So
I was just watching.
I'm talking trash in the shop. First and second best. Man, we got to pull it out so we can be, meet them in the World Series, man.
I would love that. I would love that,
yo, because that takes me back to 2012. Atlanta, when they lost to San Fran, and it would have been Atlanta and Baltimore in the Super Bowl. So
yeah, that's right.
I needed to happen, my guy. I needed to happen.
I would love that, Neil.
You know what I'm saying? The outcome, I'm good with whatever the outcome would be after the fact, but if just them getting there, man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great.
There's only one outcome that's acceptable, though.
I mean, yeah, of course. You know what I mean?
There's only one acceptable outcome.
Them Braves are heavy, man. I mean, the Braves, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because I went to a game earlier in the season and they weren't looking too good. Then I went when they played. Damn, I can't even think of the game now, man. But they the first inning, man, they hit 7 home runs and ended up losing 9-7.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that dude Acuna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he the real deal.
Right.
Olsen, Riley. I mean, they loaded, man. Offensively, man, that's a juggernaut.
Yeah, they definitely are. They got it together real quick.
Yeah, so it's Orioles, they back at it tomorrow. They're back against the wall tomorrow. They got to get the dub tomorrow to keep the season going. I'm expecting big things tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? Last night, man, they just the pitching couldn't get in sync. They had 11 walks. They gave up 11 walks. The Rangers got 11 runs. You know what I'm saying? So walks in baseball is never a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I think they walked the bases loaded a couple times.
The bases loaded. Wow.
Because I know the one guy hit a grand slam.
Yeah,
I remember. That was early in the game. Bob Smith, what's up? What's up, question. Bob Smith? I see you in the morning, man, on our way to work. That's Bob Smith, my classmate, class '89.
I used to
Say,
work
say.
with Bob.
Oh, okay,
Work
okay,
together.
okay. Yeah, so
I won the fantasy league this year. We used to play baseball all the time, and
yeah,
I won it this year. I had Acuna on the team. He led the way for me, and
yeah,
so
Yo.
that's 2 out of the last 3 years I won the fantasy league. So
so when you win the league, do you automatically get the first pick the
no,
following year? No.
no, no.
Oh, okay,
Wide
okay.
open next year. It's all about luck of the draw. Who gets the first pick? I had the third pick, and the first guy picked Trey Turner. The second guy picked Aaron Judge, and Acuna fell to me.
Oh, damn,
Mm.
that's a hell of a fall.
That's a hell of a fall.
That's a hell of a fall. Well, yeah, Bob says congratulations
Yeah,
to you.
appreciate that. Bob was a hell of a fantasy player too. I tried to get him back in the league, but he was already in another league. So
Oh, okay.
keep your options open, Bob. We might want to get you in the league next year.
Yeah, damn Bob Smith. Small world, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
We high school
Might
classmates,
cheese
teammates.
cheese heavy into the baseball.
Yeah. T was a baseball guy. You know, we've been baseball guys since we was kids. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
we had major league dreams at one time.
yeah.
You know, it's a story. Go down Fleming. There's some stories down there about us.
Sure, man. Smitty laid the groundwork, the foundation.
Yeah,
Smitty, so
absolutely, man.
we all marched in that parade at one time or another.
Yeah. They marched through the whole hood out that mountain.
Right.
Oh yeah. Let me get my brother back.
Do they even have baseball teams down there anymore?
Nah, ain't nothing going on out there now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you know, I don't know if you heard, you know, that history came up. You know, we got some history down there in Turner's, you know, with that baseball.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If Mr. Smitty was still alive, I kid you not. If Mr. Smitty was still alive, I would have a little league statue down Fleming. There's no doubt about it in my mind. If Mr. Smitty was still alive, I would have a statue down Fleming. Be swinging left-handed, and it'll probably be down by the pavilion at Fleming. I really firmly believe. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk to Pig about that. I really am. I'll talk to Pig. I'm going to say Pig.
You're going to have to pay for it yourself, Chief.
Yeah, probably. Look, I'm going to start a GoFundMe.
Hey,
I'll start a GoFundMe.
speaking of trophy, speaking of statue, they are trying to raise money to do a statue for Mr. Smitty.
That would be great, man.
They
That would be great.
I'm gonna get that information
Great.
and I'm gonna post it. But they
got a location.
I don't
for
know.
it?
I don't know where they're gonna put it, but I know that there's an effort to raise funds for the actual statue. So I'm gonna get the info and I'm gonna post it and share it with everybody. You know, so
Can they change the name of the street down there or something in his honor or something? I don't know. I'm just saying that man needs to have something done. The foundation, the groundwork that he laid. I mean, you can't even really quantify what he did for Turner Station through baseball. You can't quantify what that man did for that neighborhood. And I mean, and you can't quantify it because it's not a quantity. What he did is a quality. Yeah. And I mean, this dude, Mr. Smitty, man, he's an icon to Turner Station. They should make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
They named the street after Dr. Wade, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, I know they named one of the field. I think Diamond 1 is named after Mr. Smitty.
Okay, we're gonna have to do a little bit more than that field.
I do know that, and it probably right there where he lived at on Fleming Drive should be named after him.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know he lived right there pretty much.
He was my neighbor. He was we were neighbors.
Yeah, lived right across the street from my grandparents. So
yeah,
you know,
right.
My dad's family. So yeah,
we were all neighbors.
Sure. Yep. definitely.
He had the world class green bus parked up outside his house. Of course, a lot of the other folks called it the blue bus.
Yeah.
did get blue at a certain point, but the old heads always called it the green bus, even though it was
Yeah.
blue.
Mhm.
One of the old heads when it was green.
Yeah, I remember that bus being out there.
Yeah.
Going there and get you some, well, as a kid, I going to get the candy. I don't know what else they had. I just remember getting candy off that thing.
I never got candy off of there.
What?
Yeah, I definitely remember getting candy and sodas. I always got the sweets.
Man.
I was strictly up top. I went to Miss Almond all the time as a kid.
Listen,
That
I was
bus, boy. The Fosters had it all on there, man.
I was telling my son, my oldest son, a couple weeks ago when we was down Fleming, we was coming out of Fleming, and I pointed to Miss Fleming's house. I said, that used to be a store right there. And he looked. He said, what? I said, yeah, that was, Reverend Fleming's wife, Miss Fleming. And we used to go there. We down here playing baseball or whatever. And we used to go over there and get our little, 50 cent to carry you a long way.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back then, you got 50 cent. If you had $1, you balling.
You know it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got $1, boy, you good. You know what I'm saying? So just great times in that little neighborhood, man. And just a different time. I don't know that you could have the kind of things we had today.
Do they have a sports Turner Station Sports Hall of Fame or something, man? I mean, even something like that needs to be. We need to get something like that going where a lot of and I don't know, man. I just think that there's a lot of people who have come through Turner's that need to be honored, and there need to be some kind of a shrine, some kind of a Hall of Fame, something to recognize all this talent that comes through Turner Station.
Hey, Kenny, maybe we can try to get Calvin Hill on your show, man.
Yeah, I definitely gonna put a call out. I got a direct line to him. So I know some people that can get to him.
Good, man.
And I'm gonna reach out to him for sure. Because I know he got some great stories to tell about his time coming up through the neighborhood or whatever.
What about the guy that spent the money to build Silas? I guess he might have been the movie theater guy.
Oh, Dr.
Thomas.
Dr. Thomas, yeah.
Yeah, maybe he even got some children out here or something that's still around that might be able to speak on him. He was huge. As far as Turner Station goes. So there's a lot, man. There's a lot going on there. And I still see them cabs riding around.
Yeah.
But they something else now, but
Atwater,
yeah.
But we know where they originated from.
Now I did hear that something about with a cab, the colors are owned by, like, Shelton owned those colors. From my understanding, I heard somebody talking about this one time. So Shelton did a deal with Atwater where, they got the same, the black and orange. Was it black and orange or yellow?
Black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
Yeah.
So they did some kind of business deal where Atwater took over the cabs, but Shelton was still getting money off of them based off his colors. It's something about how you do your license or something in the States.
It's with the shield with cabs, you buy that shield. And so he might still own that shield or lease it to them or get some residuals from it.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to buy in to get that shield.
Yeah, I heard somebody telling that story. This has been a few years ago. And said that even you may even see a Shelton cab or two still floating around somewhere. I hadn't seen a Shelton cab in years, but you do see those colors, the Atwater with the colors.
Hey, Kenny, can I ask CB something? Growing up in the Bronx, were there any famous athletes like from your neighborhood that we might not know about or that we heard of? Because I was thinking about it, especially being New York City. I was figuring maybe it was some like famous.
Not
athletes.
that I can. I have to think about that. Not that none that comes to mind.
Okay.
But I'm tired right now.
I can take.
Where in the Bronx did you grow up, Brooks?
174th Bronx River Projects.
Okay.
Yeah,
The boogie down.
that's right.
Boogie Down Bronx.
Boogie down.
Home of hip
Yeah,
hop.
home of
Home of
hip
hip
hop,
hop.
no doubt,
That's
man.
right. Home of hip hop.
Yeah, I
So
got
that shit
a
before it
couple
was even on the
homeboys from
radio.
couple of homeboys from college, so they grew up around Valentine Ave. So
I know Valentine.
they grew up with a
That's on the other
dude from
side.
Minnesota that passed away. And what was the NBA dude? Malik Sealy.
Oh,
Malik
Malik
Sealy.
Sealy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So
was from the
I'm friends.
Bronx.
I got to meet his brother a couple times. We still
Mhm.
friends on Facebook talk or whatever.
Mhm. Malik used to play for St. John's, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Malik
he was
Sealy.
good,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, he was good player, man.
Mhm.
That's
He,
all
Mhm.
right.
he was the enemy.
Riverside, mother.
He's the enemy. Boy, I'm Hoyas,
Riverside.
baby. So,
Georgetown.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm Hoyas. But yeah, he was definitely a hell of a player. And really, at the time when he passed, he was finding his footing in the league.
He was right.
He was really finding his footing in the league, and him and Kevin
Garnett.
Garnett.
Yeah, Garnett. Talk about him all the time as being his mentor.
Yeah,
Mhm.
him and KG was doing really well together. Like, I know he had bounced around a little bit, trying to find his way in that league, man. And just unfortunate that he lost his life that way, in a tragic accident like that, man. Just, right when he was finding his footing in the league, and to lose his life that way. RIP to Malik Sealy. And also, I don't think that I properly on the show. I know I did a little video a couple weeks ago when Brooks Robinson passed, but I definitely want to, send my condolences, man, and just to the I mean, Cal Ripken is the modern day, more recent guy that was, the local guy that became a Hall of Famer or whatever. But I never really saw Brooks Robinson play. I got to see him at the end. When I really started watching baseball, he was pretty much done. And but I just remember being at a game when Camden Yards first opened, and Brooks Robinson used to do the Oriole games like on Channel 2 or whatever, and they showed a picture of Brooks Robinson on the jumbotron, like in between innings, man, and the reaction he got from the fans. He was announcing the game. You know what I'm saying? He got a bigger ovation than anybody that played in the game that day. It just shows you the kind of impact he had on the people of the city. You know what I'm saying? I never had opportunity to meet him. I've been in his presence a couple times. I was actually at when they dedicated the statue of him outside of Camden Yards. I actually went down there that day, so I was kind of in close proximity to him. That's probably as close as I ever got to him. But man, just a genuine guy. You know what I'm saying? He just a genuine dude, man, and somebody that absolutely loved baseball. You know what I'm saying? And a tough loss for the Orioles community. Tough loss for the city of Baltimore, man. Tough loss for baseball because he just was a one of those guys, man. Just I've never heard anybody utter a bad word about Brooks Robinson ever. Never. I've never heard anybody say anything slightly negative about that guy. So, we don't live forever. You know what I'm saying? And he'll live in hearts forever here in the city of Baltimore, man. Just tough time to see him go. And just wanted to send some love out to his family and to the Oriole family, the Oriole fans, man. Just a great guy. And just wanted to do it publicly on my forum. So RIP to Brooks Robinson.
Hey, Kenny, can I say real quick? I ain't gonna be too long-winded, but when I first heard, I ain't gonna lie, I shed a tear because now, unlike you, I remember, my uncles and everybody taking me to games down 5, 6, 7 years old. So, but I don't know if you guys remember, they used to have, I don't know if they still have it, the Dundalk, up in Dundalk, they had the parade, and he was there.
4th of
And
July.
he and he gave me I got an autograph. I'm gonna find it next time. I'm gonna see if I can find it in one of my boxes, and I'm gonna hold it up one day when you have your. But it had Brooks Robinson. It had cheese on it. Now at that time, I'm 7 years old. It's 1977. So it has his signature, and I don't know if you guys know, he always had a unique signature. It was very, very legible, unlike a lot of signatures. But here's the thing about Brooks, and I don't want to get too, like I said, too long. When the guy come from Little Rock, Arkansas, we all know what the significance of Little Rock, Arkansas is in Black American history. This guy comes to Baltimore. He befriends all the black players that he's come across. Every single one that he's come across in his career loves him. They all call him brother. Even Dusty Baker. Dusty Baker was emotional talking about him. So for a cat like that, and not only was he a great man off the field, but I don't know if a lot of people, like I said, I'm a geek, baseball geek. Even in today's metrics, where they measure a guy in his defensive prowess, they call it WAR. He is still rated the #1 defensive baseball player of all time. That goes to show you how good he was defensively. So people say, I mean, he was a 267, I believe, lifetime hitter, World Series MVP. He played longevity. I mean, longevity was his thing. 16 gold gloves, all that stuff. But his consistency of saving runs, minus errors, has allowed him to be the #1 defensive player of all time, even in today's analytics and metrics. That's unbelievable.
He was a vacuum cleaner, man, around that third base.
Yes, he was. And I heard a story. I heard a story because Stephen A was talking about it last week, and he got a little emotional. He said his father was the biggest Yankee fan. Growing up where you from CB, but he grew up in Queens. He said his father was the biggest Yankees fan. He said, but he loved Brooks Robinson. He said he hated every other team, but he loved Brooks Robinson. And he said his father would have probably broke down if he was still living. That's the impact of Brooks Robinson.
Yeah, and that's again, hell of a player. Hell of a player. But from what I've heard, even a greater person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even a greater person, man. So, you just don't get, especially in this era of sports. The players, I mean, players get a bad rap, I think, sometimes, because of the money they make. And I think I told you, Cheese, about some people that were sitting behind me last night at the game. I mean, it's a one of them tweener balls that went to Cedric Mullins in center field. It dropped in front of him, and the people behind me talking about, man, I mean, he don't even care to go after the ball. He should have dove after the ball. Now I'm like, now if he dive after the ball, trying to make the spectacular play, and the shit get behind him, then you're gonna be getting in his ass about trying to be a hot dog or whatever. He made the right play. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't gonna get to the ball. He let it bounce in front of him. It kept the runner in front of him. The runner didn't advance past first base. If the ball get behind him, the runner might get to third. You know what I'm saying? But then they talking about the effort. He didn't give the effort, and he don't care, and he make all this money. And I'm like, I said, yo, sometimes, man, we get so warped as fans, right? You know what I'm saying? That we think these people we almost treat them like they're robots. You know what I'm saying? And you make all this money, and you should be able to do this, and you should be able to do that. And I'm like, man, it just don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that, man. And the money should not equate, what you think or feel about certain players. And again, we're gonna hear this all year about Lamar Jackson. Because he's making the money that he's making. Every game, something gonna happen where they're gonna say he's not worth this or he's not worth that. And I tell you, if you're a sports fan, you know what I'm saying. You got. No, I'm not gonna tell you what you gotta do. You just continue doing it the way you do it, and you live in that world, and you stress yourself out, and you drink till you can't walk straight. Do whatever you gotta do. I'm tired of trying to explain it. It's the business of sports, man. Everybody not gonna like the business of it. It's a multi-billion-dollar industries. The dudes are going to get money. You know what I'm saying? The dudes are going to get the money, and I'm applauding every single person that go out and get some money. I don't care who you are. If they paying you, go get it. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Rudy Gay. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rudy Gay. You know what I'm saying? My guy, in 17. He's still getting deals, still collecting checks, man. I ain't mad at him. Go get your money, baby, and go get that chip, man. I hope
get
the
that chip,
run.
right? I hope they make that run.
Gina Clay, hey.
Gina Clay. Hey, Kenny.
Him and my boy CP3 get one. I hope so.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify my statement previously because I was thinking I was a little too hyped. He had the best fielding WAR for all third basemen of all time, but I think he's tied for second after Ozzie Smith. So yeah. By the way, he's tied with another Oriole, Mark Belanger. So I just want y'all to know that.
And he's second all time in Gold Gloves.
Yep.
Most by any position player. The number one is Greg Maddux with
I'm going to say
18 as a pitcher. Which
position player number one.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, man. And so let's transition a little bit before we wrap up, because the NBA dudes are in training camp. I shouted out Rudy Gay, home guy. Got a 1-year deal with Golden State. Last week, I had Haywood Highsmith Jr. from the Miami Heat was a guest on the show. Another local kid. Very interesting interview with that young man. Real solid dude, man. And go, so I'm gonna be watching the Heat with a different eye this year. I know we got a local guy on the team. I don't really have a team that I root for in the NBA. I tend to, follow the players a little bit. So definitely the local guys I pay a little more attention to. So I'm gonna keep my eyes on the Heat, Haywood Henderson, and of course Golden State with my guy Rudy Gay. What's y'all thoughts on some of the moves? With Miami trading for Damian Lillard. Milwaukee trading for Damian Lillard. The other guard from Milwaukee now with Boston. I think
Drew Holiday.
I think that's a hell of a pickup for Boston.
When Milwaukee got Dame, I was like, okay, they got the East. But then when Drew went to Boston, I don't know, man. Flip a coin. My only thing with Boston is, man, Porzingis is the key for me, because if he fits in that system, then Boston might be the one right there. But if he don't fit in that system, that was a waste. And then what do they do? Who's on the floor if he's not giving them positive minutes?
I think.
And the thing with.
Go ahead, CB.
I was going to say, and also the thing with KP is injuries.
Yeah,
injuries. Exactly.
If he can give you, anywhere 65 to 75 games, man, because he's been prone to injuries in recent years. But let me just say this, man. I was telling my son earlier, because I just happened to turned on the TV and I saw Boston had a game. I saw there was a few games. I was like, damn, camp just opened. I said the NFL, they have mini camp, OTA, then they have training camp. They have all of these camps, and then the NBA be like, nah. Get your ass in the camp. We gonna get on the court.
Right. Let's get this preseason started. Get this money.
Just get it going, man. So I was surprised to see Drew already playing. I think Boston had a game. And KP looked good, man. You know,
he looked good.
He threw it down on a nice pick and roll, man. That's like he just
I seen a
there,
little
man.
I seen a little highlight reel of KP. He got a couple back doors, a little alley oop. So he, it's early though.
How's he look
defensively
early, very
though?
Early.
And Phoenix,
I just seen the highlights. I didn't see the game.
But I think Phoenix had a game as well.
Was the Golden State and the Lakers was over? Where were they at? In China somewhere? Or
I think the Lakers lost.
Yeah,
I mean, I know they were over there. I don't know who won. I just know they were over there. They were over.
Golden State won.
Yeah. So so the NBA, and the season start like around Halloween.
Damn.
Another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And the season will start. You know what I'm saying? So, and the NBA is a grind, man. You got shit all the way till April is when the playoffs start.
Yeah.
And so what's your thoughts, man? We talked about it a little bit in the spring about this mid-season little tournament thing they got. I mean, I think it's a money grab, but
come on, man. I mean that. You know what? Sometimes the NBA can't stand prosperity, man. What is that? What is that?
Opportunity to get some money.
Yeah.
We gonna be watching.
No, David Stern rolling over in his grave.
Y'all see Joseph Pack's comment?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, you had to
see, you know what?
Around the league, having a league where only 5 to 16 have a real shot to win it all is not good. Just my opinion. Well,
I don't know. It's kind of tough to. I don't know. If the Knicks would have did something, would have had 5 to 7 teams.
I don't think it's a matter of the league. I think it's like that in all sports, man. You gotta have ownership that's committed to winning. I mean, the closest team to us, how committed is the Washington?
The Wizards, man.
How committed are they to winning?
See, you know what? That's right.
Like
they had Bill Walton, they win the championship, though.
They would not. I see you testing the waters early, my guy.
Look, I said I was hoping that Kenny says, "Well, I'm going to do an NBA show next week," because I was waiting, Neil. I was fucking waiting. I said, "Yeah." I said,
"I don't want to hear that name. I ain't even gonna say it." This whole season, I don't want to hear it.
Well, I'm personally.
Hold on. So let me take this. So I'm here on Facebook, man, and I'm arguing now. Chris Webber is my guy, man. Like
C-Web?
Me personally, C-Web. Mm-hmm. I feel like this dude is top 10 power forward, man, and he don't get no love.
I agree with that, Neil. I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And I'm gonna take it back to your man Bill. I almost said his name, your man, where some people get, as Charles Barkley say, because they were on the bus, it raises their status higher on these lists.
Yeah,
and I don't agree with it.
So you know what?
Your individual. If we talking about these lists, it's based on you, the player, first and foremost. Now I get that the team championships and all of that play into it, but you shouldn't get these accolades just because you was on the bus.
Mm-hmm. You know what you're doing, Neil? You think you slick. Here's the thing. You started by talking about C-Web. First of all, you didn't think I was going to agree with that. I fooled you the first time.
No, I didn't think you was.
Yes,
I didn't know you would think you was not going to agree with it. I'm just saying because people use some of those things to put certain players over my guy C-Web. But when you look at his career in totality, pretty much until he got hurt, he was the man on every team he played on.
I agree, man.
You know what I'm saying? He 5-time All-NBA, 5 All-Stars. Mm-hmm. They said this dude 5 years in a row, he was top 10 in MVP voting.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? One year he was number 4 vote getter. Mm-hmm. But he's on none of these lists, and I feel like it's because of the he was tainted by the Michigan situation, and I don't think that's fair. I don't think
Good
you
point.
use something that a 17, 18-year-old kid
Good point,
against
man.
him to hold him, because there's no way he should have been took
Mhm.
that long to get in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
I agree. Good point. Yep. Yep.
Who was the other player y'all talking about? Not bringing up their name.
Bill Walton.
Oh,
I'll say it.
what's the
My
problem?
I'll say it.
God.
What's
I'll
the
say it. Bill Walton.
What's the problem with Bill?
Big Red. Neil doesn't like him.
What's the problem?
Neil doesn't like him.
Bill Walton didn't average 20 points a game in his career. He played less than 600 in some games in the whatchamacallit. You know what I'm saying? Do I need to go on?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
not to me, but you can explain it to her. I mean,
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think a lot of people, they will pump Bill Walton up a little bit more than what his track record might suggest.
Right.
But I'm just gonna say, man, I watched that dude play, and when he was right,
he was right.
man. I'm telling you, man, the year that they won it with Portland, he won the MVP in the finals, and people don't know it, but I watched them beat the Lakers in the playoffs to get to the finals with prime Kareem. They went through the Lakers. And
let me drink my
I
water.
could give you
let me drink
that,
my
but
water
he
and mind my
wasn't the
business.
only person on that team. Like, people negate Maurice Jones.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
Bill
It was
Walton
Maurice,
was
it was Maurice Lucas.
I
It
mean,
was no
Maurice Lucas.
Yeah.
I made a mistake. My God, I got the name wrong. Maurice Lucas. Like, come on.
You're right, man.
He wasn't the only one. And even in that, the dudes, you know what I'm saying?
He
Nah,
was
he's
the
some good
MVP
players.
of that team. Bill Walton was the MVP. And the Lakers couldn't do nothing with him. They swept Jabbar. He was in his prime to get to those finals. And Bill Walton was magnificent in those finals. So when he was right, he was right.
He was right.
He was right. Now he got
But he was hardly right. He was hardly right. That's my point. He was hardly right.
Golly.
Yeah, he was
so,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I sat and watched him play, and that dude in college and the pros, the dude was phenomenal. And
he was nice, man.
Done. Yeah.
Yeah, he was and the knees started out. Yeah.
Making problem.
And Neil, you
Sneeze,
feel
man.
about Bill Walton the way I feel about Rudy Gobert. Gobert.
That's what y'all were talking.
But here's the difference, though. Rudy Gobert is not on any top 75 list, any top 50
And guess
list.
what? And guess what? He never will be.
And it's a possibility that I could agree with you on that one. But the other guy is. You know what I'm saying? The other guy is.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't do this. Nah.
Well. Can you equate Bill Walton to a Gale Sayers?
Yeah.
Is that a fair comparison?
No,
Gale Sayers don't have the
think-
long track record.
Yeah, but he had a longer body
He
of
had
work.
a longer career.
Yeah, he had a long. Well, as far as high level play, Gale says.
Yeah, he was a high level player until Bill Walton wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Those 2 years, that was a 3-year window that y'all talking about with Portland. 3 years. And then it was everything after that was a decline, never again. And then we talk about Boston, even with Boston, when he got the 6th man of the year, like, I feel like that was a fluke too.
Tell me this: if Kenny gets Bill Walton on the show,
oh, I'm there, my guy.
No, you're not going to address that.
I want to
part,
be there,
though. But you're not going to say
everything.
No, you can't do that because he's going to lead the show.
Hey, he gonna leave then. I'm gonna do him like Shaq would do him.
That's unbelievable.
You know what I'm saying?
Unbelievable.
I'm gonna do him like Shaq would do him. You know what I mean?
By the way, Kenny was Serena Williams sitting next to you at the baseball game yesterday?
In my dream.
Oh no, that was a white lady next to. Oh, I thought.
When Jane, I had my arm around her, and we was, yeah. So it was 6 years. Gale Sayers only played 6. I know he had a short window, but 6 years.
But he still was at the top of his game when he whatchamacallit. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was elite, man. He
That's
was
my
elite,
point.
man. He was elite.
I like that comparison, though. I think that's a real good comparison, Sayers and Walton. Based on what I've witnessed with Bill, He was elite, and he was dominant that year, winning that championship. They beat Dr. J and the Philadelphia 76ers, who was loaded in the final. And Bill Walton was the man, and he was the MVP. And again, get there. He went to prime Kareem, and he swept them. And he did his thing against the Lakers, and he was the #1 college player, one of the greatest college players to play the game.
Facts.
And I got mad respect for Bill Walton, man. Them injuries.
Me too, man.
I put him in the same category with the Gale Sayers.
And not only that, and I know it may not have anything to do with it, but what he represented off the courts with African Americans.
Oh yeah, he was
is a really big thing to me.
He was about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was about that. The hippie. He was about that.
Yeah.
Big Red. And
so
I like him as an announcer too.
Yeah.
I
was just great. I was just great to say that. Yeah. I was a big Bill Walton guy as an announcer. Get a rebound.
Plus, he liked the weed. He said he liked the weed.
Somebody please get a rebound.
Yeah. Now, Dean, you brought up a name. I also did a video about this guy a couple months ago. You know, when we talk about the GOATs and we talk about the greats of the game, as time goes on, this guy's name kind of gets pushed to the back. You know, we all old enough to remember. But I think Dr. J is a name, man, that I mean, I don't think many people are gonna put him in that top 3 ever, the Mount Rushmore of you know, NBA players or whatever. But when we talk about impact, you know what I'm saying, as a kid, before I even was a basketball fan, I knew who Dr. J was.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, I remember going to the movies to see The Fish to Save Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching, you know, the Lakers game when he did the little cup joint on Cooper.
The Rock the Baby.
You know what I'm saying? So I remember seeing as a little kid, I remember seeing these things. And I remember him being a huge superstar at a time when, like a lot of NBA guys wasn't getting commercials like that. You know, Dr. J was on commercials. He was always a guy held in high esteem, man, just for the way he carried himself. But his play on the court, you know what I'm saying? I think sometimes, man, and then it's because the game has advanced. You know, the skill level of the players of today is a little higher than what we saw back then. But you can't discount just how great of a player Dr. J was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then Joe just brought up the ABA. A lot of that ABA stuff is not even, you can't even see it. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have the film. It's not a lot of film on ABA stuff. It's some. And that's probably when he was at his prime of prime.
Yeah, his stats were phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but
let me tell you something, man. I was a kid when he was playing in the ABA. And that was when the ABA, when the NBA, when they formed with the NBA, because I think it was 4 teams. It was the Nets, the Pacers, the Nuggets.
Spurs.
There's another team.
Spurs.
Because I think Dr. J started with the Squires, Virginia Squires.
That's right.
And then he ended up with the Nets.
New York Nets, yeah.
Now we remember that Doc had he had bad knees. I mean, he made fucking knee pads fashionable, right? He was wearing the fucking ace bands and shit. I remember it was the ace bands with the hole in the middle. Like, yo, man, I want the one with the hole in the middle. That's the one that Dr. J had.
That's right.
I want the red, white, and blue tube socks. That's the one Dr. J had.
That's right.
Yeah.
But those years, even when he got into the NBA, I mean, he got into the NBA with the Nets, and then as he got older with Philadelphia. But those years, those first years in the ABA, when he used to throw it down with a force, with the force that we've seen to some extent, with Philly and definitely with the Nets. But those ABA games, man, he was going full court like boom.
Yeah. And you know what else is crazy with him, man? And people, and I know you'll know, CB. Women loved him because he always dressed good, man.
Oh,
He
man,
came to the
cool
game.
motherfucker,
He was
man.
looking clean. Women
He was
used to
cool.
be waiting. Even in the ABA day, women was waiting. He was looking fly. The way he dressed, you know, he had his hair flowing. The ladies loved. He was just a smooth dude, though. I mean, crazy, man. It's crazy.
He's one of those Rucker legends, man.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Dr. J was a Rucker legend, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, Neil, 6 degrees of separation. We was talking about. Do you know that's how his son is named after Maurice Lucas? Bill
Okay.
Walton. Yeah. Luke Walton's named after Maurice Lucas.
Okay. That don't change the way I feel about him. I just
I
want
know,
you to know
man.
that. But it's cool.
Yeah, I can
But
dig it.
talking about Doc though, so Doc, I think I started playing basketball around maybe 5 or 6, and
Yeah.
Doc was my favorite player
Yeah.
up until Dominique entered the league. Doc was my favorite player, and then Dominique became my favorite player. But I went to a camp in Philly, and his cousin actually was one of the counselors there. And man, it's crazy how much they resembled each other. Like we did the little basketball drills with him. Like the way he played is like, I don't know if he mimicked his game after Doc because he was his cousin or whatever, but it was just crazy, man.
That's cool, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you back to a player that I'm just thinking of. 2 players that I'm thinking about now. This is real old school. One, I'm pretty sure that you'll be familiar with David Thompson.
David Thompson,
the Nuggets. I mean, this dude was like walking on air, man. You know, there was another player, and he was like my personal favorite when I was a kid, man. Connie Hawkins, man.
Connie Hawkins.
Hands. He had hands, man.
Connie Hawkins. He was the original Skywalker. He was the original Skywalker.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
You know,
you gotta see some of his old videos, man. Oh
Yeah,
man. He had his head on the rim. Just
when Julius.
When I think about Dr. J, I think about Connie Hawkins, man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, man.
Well, that's what they when Julius came when Julius Irving went up to Rucker, they was calling him Little Connie.
That's right.
Yeah, he was familiar. I mean, he played the game. Both of them could ball, but he said, "Nah, I ain't Little Connie. Don't call me Little Connie. I'm I'm the doctor."
Making house calls. That's right.
You know, back in the day, you know, I used to, you know, my father used to take me down to the Civic Center to watch Bullets when they had Earl Monroe.
Yeah.
Iceman.
And I saw a lot of the NBA players play, you know, and so one day I was watching the news and they was asking folks on the street, you know, who was the best basketball player in the world. And I was like, oh man, shit, that's hands down. That's Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
People were saying Dr. J. I didn't even know who Dr. J was. So I had to who is Dr. J? These people are saying he the best basketball player in the world. He said, oh, you don't see them because he plays in the ABA. They didn't televise those games. I never saw the ABA game. But Doc was doing his thing, man, in that ABA. And just to go in on what CB was saying, David Thompson is the greatest ACC basketball player I ever seen in my life. David Thompson was that dude. And if you go to Michael Jordan's Hall of Fame speech, you know who he had present him, right? David Thompson. David Thompson was the shit. And none of them dudes, man, that came in the ACC outdid David Thompson and the ACC. Greatest ACC player I ever seen, David Thompson.
Good point,
Cheese.
Good
6
point.
degrees of separation. Wasn't it David Thompson that beat your man in them in UCLA?
Yes. Yes, he
NC State?
yes, he was.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, he was.
Okay. I just, you know.
Was.
David
Thompson was a beast, man.
Joseph Pack is talking about George
That's a good
Gervin,
one, Neil.
the
You're absolutely
Iceman.
right, man. Good one. Yep. Good one, man. Yep.
Hey, NC State also had former Oriole on that joint, Tim Stoddard.
Yeah, he was on that.
But you know what's crazy? And people don't realize this is another 6 degree. The team who people considered the best team in the country didn't even play. The Maryland Terrapins at that time.
Yeah, that's true.
They lost that triple
Lost it.
That's right.
to
Yeah.
NC State. And,
That's
and
right.
Maryland had John Lucas and
Yep.
Tom McMillan and Len
Yep.
Elmore and Mo Howard. They was
Yep.
loaded, man. But at that time, two teams from a conference couldn't
Yeah, it
go.
was only
Couldn't
one
go.
team.
That's right.
They couldn't
That's
go.
right.
And NC State went.
And
Good
another
stuff, Dean. You're right.
another 6 degree of separation since we,
Mm-hmm.
Orioles and Dr. J.
Uh-huh.
Mike Flanagan was a teammate of Dr. J at UMass.
He sure was.
You
People
know?
don't realize that.
Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
People don't realize that.
Yeah.
That's right.
yeah. The
Yep.
O's had some hoopers on the squad, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Joe Pack bring up Iceman, another,
Man.
Oh, man.
another man. I mean,
Yeah.
Mm.
man,
One of the great
just
scores of all
just-
George was
could
nasty.
flat,
with
could
it.
flat out
Right.
get a bucket. Could flat out
100
get a bucket,
yeah.
man.
6'7".
He was just
and-
nasty with it.
And he
Yeah,
could
he was
finger
smooth.
roll.
He was
6'7",
smooth, though.
2 guard.
That's right.
Right.
And he could finger roll.
Hey, but
In
you
the
brought
days
up.
when 6'7" was a small forward,
That's
power
right.
forward.
That's right. That's right. But Dean brought up Lou Alcindor, and you guys know how I feel about him. Number one, I know people say LeBron, high school, and whoever else you might say, whether it's Kenny Anderson, whoever the other great New York players, but in my opinion, he's the greatest high school player of all time, number one. Number two,
I agree.
I have to give him that greatest college player of all time, in my opinion.
I agree.
Here's the question. Where do you guys rate Lou Alcindor / Kareem on your list of all-time NBA greats?
Top
Because the
five.
dude was phenomenal. He's
Yes, he was.
phenomenal.
Yes, he
Top
was.
five.
And people don't realize how athletic the dude was. Fast. He could jump. He can pass. I mean, he did it all. And he had the most unstoppable shot ever created.
Yeah, I mean, I always say,
Yeah.
I tend to go with guys that I saw the majority of their run.
Mhm.
Like when I was really paying attention, Kareem was on the back end of his career,
Uh-huh.
so I can't discount what he did.
Yeah.
Early on, like in the early '80s and the '70s, I can't discount it. But the resume is the resume.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he'll be top 5 for me. I don't care who come behind him.
Kenny, if you
definitely
go on
gonna be in my top
YouTube,
five.
they got whole games of him when he was playing with the Milwaukee Bucks.
I
Ooh.
Watch them
Him
games.
and Big
I
O
watched a couple. I watched a
Watch
couple
them
of
games. He is unbelievable.
Yeah, I watched a couple.
with the Big O.
Even in today's first of all, he was polished as a teenager, so that's another story. But yeah,
But Cheese, who was his
Mhm.
guard?
Oscar,
The Big O.
the Big O.
When they won that championship, yeah.
Oh, come on, yeah,
Unfucking believable, man.
unbelievable, man.
Unbelievable, man.
Big guard, like Neil said, he was the true big guard
Mm-hmm.
in the 60s, early 70s. He was a big guard. He was 6'5", but he was thick.
He was strong.
Right.
So,
He was strong.
Yeah,
let me-
strong.
Let me ask
For Lou
everybody.
Alcindor, for me, now I watched his career. I've seen him play, and Lou Alcindor was the first player that I saw come in as a drafted rookie,
Mhm.
and in his rookie year, he was already the best player in the league
Yep.
when he came in, and I thought that was true. Also, the only other player I saw, I didn't see Wilt come in early and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Wilt probably might fall in that category too, but when I saw Michael Jordan come in as a rookie,
Mm-hmm.
he was the best player in the NBA.
I
And
thought
those-
so.
Only two players in my recollection that I thought were the best two players in the league that came in as a rookie.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, I didn't see
Jeez.
Kareem come in, but I agree with Mike.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna need your help with this analogy I'm gonna make. So when I was coming up,
Mhm.
the comparison was Wilt to Bill. I remember my
Mhm.
pops used to always, Bill had the championships. Wilt had the numbers. There was always
Mhm.
this back and forth debate. Later
Mhm.
on, the debate became, I think, to some extent, Chamberlain and Jabbar.
Mhm.
But what happened was when Kareem came in, and this is why I'm gonna need your help. When Kareem came in, when Lou came in, he had no peer.
No.
Now it was maybe him and Chamberlain, but
Mhm.
Chamberlain was
Mhm.
already, because Jabbar was
Mhm.
he was already a rookie,
Yeah.
and Chamberlain was on his way out.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't fair to
Yeah.
be able to make that comparison between,
Right.
and Chamberlain. I think that he had some criticism of
Mhm.
Jabbar. I think it was some
Mhm.
hate. But
Yeah.
for those first few years of Alcindor's career, when he
Mhm.
was with Milwaukee, he had no peer.
Mhm.
Like he was
Right.
it, and
Mhm.
you had the big O feeding you the ball.
Right.
Plus he fought Bruce Lee.
And you can't
So
leave
it
the
wasn't
fact out that he went head to head with Bruce Lee.
Can't leave that.
You
Yeah.
can't leave that out.
Yeah.
Yo, left a foot mark.
Mhm.
Left a foot mark.
But
We
look, bro,
remember that shit like boom.
when
Mhm.
when Lou Alcindor came into the league,
Mhm.
Wilt was with the Lakers. He went with
Mhm.
Right.
Wilt dominated for the Philadelphia Warriors, and they beat Bill Russell. And
Mhm.
Wilt wound up going to the Lakers.
Mhm.
Now he was with the Lakers with the logo.
Mhm.
They were all on that team, and they set an NBA record. I think it still might be an
Mhm.
NBA record where they won 33
33
games in
straight.
a row.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
it still
and
stands.
Wilt
And
was still
173.
strong. It was a
Mhm.
72. It was still strong, and you wasn't doing as much scoring because you had Jerry West and a lot of other guys, Woodridge and all them on that team that could score. But it was number 33 for Milwaukee, Lou Alcindor, who snapped that 33 game winning streak for the Lakers.
Mhm.
He
Mhm.
beat them to kill that 33
He
game
sure
winning.
did.
And you know, and Wilt admitted it. He was like, man,
Mhm.
the first time in my career, he said, I need help guarding somebody.
Mhm.
And that said a lot because Wilt Chamberlain is one of the
Mhm.
greatest pure athletes that has ever
Absolutely.
sport.
Absolutely.
I mean, the guy could run a 4.4. The guy
Yeah.
could jump
He was a
Bench
100-meter
press
runner.
over 500
Yeah.
pounds.
It's
500.
unbelievable.
I mean,
And
this dude was a
you
freak.
you can't forget the 20,000 females.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, right there.
Yeah.
That's unprecedented,
Yeah.
man.
Shit,
He
he
could
should be in Hall
help
of Fame for that.
mine when he
Alone.
stopped
Alone.
drinking.
But you know what? CB and Dean, fellas, it was different because you gotta remember, even when, and I'm trying to remember, because even the centers during that time, you had some good centers, but they wasn't as tall. Wilt was just as tall,
Mm-hmm.
even taller. But the thing about it, he had guys I think like Dave Cowens, Lanier, Wes Unseld, who were shorter guys.
Yeah.
They weren't even as athletic. See, here's the kicker though. When a guy came into the league and Kareem went up against him and challenged him, but Kareem was still getting his numbers, a guy named Artis Gilmore.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago Bulls.
Artis Gilmore was a freak athlete as well. Could really get off the floor. But Kareem still established that, you know what, I'm the man. And from that point on, it was not me. Oh, it was, you can bring any center you want. You ain't stopping at Skyhook.
Mm-mm.
And I think he established that. But yeah, Will couldn't hang with him alone.
I remember Artis Gilmore.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, he was athletic. I mean, another
Bob
dude.
Love and them. Bob Love
Oh
and that
my!
Chicago Bulls team.
Come on, talk to
Talk
me.
about that shit, man.
Come
I
on,
remember
man.
Bob Love.
Mm-hmm.
Come
Mhm.
on, man.
So let me ask this. You know, with guys, you know, from those eras, they tend to get forgotten.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In today's game, you know, it's supposed to be more athletic. The players are this,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm of the belief, man, that greatness is greatness.
Right.
You know, great players will figure it out in any era. You drop a prime Kareem in this era, he gonna figure it out. He'll figure out how to adapt to what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely gonna have to do a show on some of those older guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate the disrespect. We disrespect greatness because either we didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? We don't see enough film on it, or people talk about people talk about Bill Russell and the Celtics winning 11 championships. Well, that was only 8 teams in the league. That seemed to make it a little harder for me. I mean, when you think, because the league is a little more concentrated with 8 or 9 teams, however many teams it was. These teams are you still got the best players in the world playing at the time. You know what I'm saying? So he not beating the Sisters of the Poor. He not beating, Catholic high school. They beating NBA teams. You know what I'm saying? And he playing against other NBA players, NBA caliber players. When I had Haywood Highsmith for him, and I kind of mentioned how you hear guys, and we all in these little social media, man, people tend to be experts on everything now. And we talk about, I hear people talking about this guy's a bum, that guy's this, which, that shit just drive me nuts sometimes when I hear, guys that never got past high school or it never even played high school basketball. Some maybe, but you're talking about professional basketball players, professional athletes, period, being bums and being this or that. You know what I'm saying? When them same guys that come to your local YMCA and destroy everything in it. You know what I'm saying? With it's levels to that. When you at that level, when you at the highest level of basketball, it's levels to that. You know what I'm saying? So, I hear people now trying to discount a Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Well, he played in the expansion era and the league was watered down and all this stuff, this, that, and the other. Now
he was guarded by plumbers.
Right. Now we all old enough. We are all old enough to remember. And then you said it. When he came in the league, he was that guy.
Was, man.
And Isaiah Thomas, for whatever they got going on, is on record multiple times saying how tough Mike Jordan was.
Exactly was.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all of the slander, man. And we talking about guys that was at the highest levels of this thing. Magic, Isaiah, Dr. J at the time. We talking about the best of the best of the best, man. And Mike came in, Bird, and Mike came in the league and said, okay, all right. Now, individually, he made it clear. I'm gonna be a problem for y'all. I'm gonna be a problem for y'all from day one. I'm gonna be a problem. And God forbid if I get the right shit around me. Because if we start winning, nobody gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? And that was, to me, Mike is still the guy to me. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. Definitely.
You can say, you can put whoever else you want. And I'm talking about, and Magic, Bird, LeBron, Kobe, Shaq. You name all of them. They coming in there. They coming under the Jordan. Jordan is up there in an air by himself.
In the air by itself.
Then you rank everybody else.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Then you rank everybody else. But Mike, to me, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see, I can't talk about Wilt. I can't talk about early Kareem and all that. But for me, what my eyes saw and what my eyes are still seeing is MJ. It's MJ, and throw everybody else up. And however they fall, all right, I'll go with that. And another thing, since I'm on MJ, because I see this shit too. If Len Bias would have lived, and I'm as big a Len Bias fan as they come. But I saw Len Bias play, and Len Bias was a bad motherfucker. Excuse my language. But Mike was just different. You know what I'm saying? Now, the team, if Len Bias goes to them Boston teams, history could have been different because of the team he went on and who was on those Boston teams, and they were the world champions when they drafted him.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have made a difference.
Absolutely.
But MJ was still coming, and Larry Bird and them wasn't going to be around forever.
Right.
So it was going to come a time where Len and Mike was going to see each other head to head. And I'm MJ, and I'm a Len Bias guy. I got his jersey. I need to get it framed up and hung up. Len Bias was a bad boy, and we got cheated, when he didn't get to the league or whatever. But man, listen, man, him and MJ, they just were two different guys, man. I mean, Len Bias was exciting to watch, and all of that, and I don't think Len Bias wasn't the guy that was going to create his own shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't MJ. Len Bias could get his shit off. He was a 1-2 dribble pull up. He can get you the cup if he gonna go over you. But come on, man.
See, the only thing here where I gotta throw the caveat and hey, tell your wife I said hello, Joe. Is we didn't get to see Len Bias in the NBA because we talked about this. Me seeing Mike in college, I did not think that Mike that I saw at North Carolina, even hitting the big shot to win the championship, you know what I mean? Those duels against Maryland where, yeah, he was great until he stepped in on the court in that Bulls uniform. That first 5 games is when I recognized it. So because I never got to see Len Bias lace it up in an NBA uniform and step out there on, at the time, what was it, the parquet floor in Boston?
Mm-hmm.
I still got the what if. I can't say that he wouldn't have been, because I don't know. Because college, like you say, damn near, if it was steps, Mike was here, Len was, if he was a half a step behind him, you know what I'm saying, in college.
Yeah, I agree, man. 100%, man. I agree. I know what Len Bias won 2 ACC Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
What did Mike? Did Mike win 2?
Yeah.
I
Sophomore and junior.
was a monster, and I agree 100%.
Right.
We didn't get a chance to see him in that NBA with that open floor, running and gunning with that 24-second clock. We never got a chance to see. This guy was a tremendous athlete. He was coming to the league with a pure jump shot.
Exactly.
I mean, right off the cuff, he was sinking jumpers. And I mean, this guy was just a tremendous athlete. I mean, I think when they start talking about Jordan and want to put other people and talk about the greatest of all time, I think when you look at Kareem and LeBron and Magic and Bird and those guys, to me, they're all vying for second place. I'm not quite sure who my number 2 player is. I need to sit down and really take a look at who's number 2, because I think, you could have an argument for Kareem. You could have an argument for LeBron. You could have an argument for Magic. Some of these guys, man, got some serious resumes that you have to really look at. And I think that people are a little bit ahead of themselves, putting LeBron against Jordan. I still think you need to weed out Magic and Kobe and Kareem and Bill Russell and some of those guys will for that second place.
Right.
To me, Jordan is the Mount Rushmore for all athletes. He's up on that mountaintop, man, with Usain Bolt and Babe Ruth and Ali. Pele and Ali and them dudes, man. That's where Jordan is. Yeah. So while the rest of them NBA players looking for their spot and on the list, Jordan ain't even on the list no more. He up with Mount Rushmore right now.
Right.
So the distance between Jordan and whoever is next is so great that the distance between second place and third place and fourth place and fifth is tight. And that's how I kind of look at that. And these arguments with him and LeBron are really ludicrous to me. Yeah, they're ludicrous.
And I like LeBron.
And I like the dude.
I'm a LeBron guy, but he not. He don't. I don't get the Jordan vibe
No.
from LeBron. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-mm.
it ain't.
If you take Jordan and send him to Miami, he ain't playing no damn second fiddle to no Dwayne Wade.
Exactly.
Man,
That's what I tell everybody.
He gonna take over and win that championship.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron down there, him and Wade, man. LeBron, a nice guy, man. You know, you don't know who the number one dude is, you know. Man, you got two number ones down there, Dwayne and LeBron. And you know, number 11 is a number of confusion because it's impossible to have number ones. And that's why they lost that championship.
Yeah. Jordan
would have went down there and took over.
Yeah, right. But that's the thing, you know. That's why you know, LeBron's more of a Magic to me. He's more of a facilitator. You know what I'm saying? He's not a guy. I mean, even though he is the all-time leading scorer, I think longevity got something to do with that.
Longevity, exactly.
He played 20 years, 21 now. So, you know, I think longevity played a part in that. You know, I mean, LeBron is great. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to sit here and act like LeBron is not one of the greatest players we ever seen, because he definitely is that. And
he's a freak.
The fact that he, you know, he came in the league and showed that he belonged, you know, right out of high school. He didn't come in and was the best player in the league right away, but he came in and showed that he belonged. The hype was real.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And he was the real deal. And then he sustained it, you know, for all of these years, man. Like you say, he just a different kind of cat. You know what I'm saying? To really, I mean, LeBron never really had a serious injury. He had some injuries, but he had never had that you know, that one big devastating injury. You know, you look at Kevin Durant and had Kevin Durant had the
Achilles. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's come back.
The knee first and the Achilles.
Yes.
And he's able to come back, but he's not. I mean, he's still tough. You know what I'm saying?
He's still fucking getting 30, killing everybody in the league.
Tough. But I mean, that, you know, that's changed his game up a little bit too. You know what I mean? He don't have to be as aggressive going to the basket.
You know, he was a big toe. He was a big toe away from taking his game up to the next level, man.
Right, exactly. With no help. But they talk about him. They talk bad about him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, but you know, that dude MJ, you know, just for my money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For my money, man, it ain't even close. It ain't even close, man. And maybe we'll do
we need to
the next level.
We need to.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, real quick, if all right, you got Jordan in the room by himself. You know, we're gonna go MJ, right? So if you had to pick another five, because like I say, MJ by itself, so you got five. You know, I'm gonna go Magic, Kareem, Kareem. God damn, that's two. Ooh, missing. I'm gonna go LeBron. I'm gonna go Magic, Kareem, LeBron. I might got to throw Wilt Chamberlain up in there. And that fifth one. That fifth one is tough. I'll go Larry Bird for shits and giggles. Because I mean, Larry Bird, another one that you know, people tend to. I mean, I heard some idiotic, you know, that he wasn't. I think a professional player said it, that he wouldn't be because he's slow and unathletic. He would be an average player today. Somebody said that over the summer. I heard that, which is ridiculous. I mean, goddamn, Luka Doncic.
Was there somebody that played against him?
No, somebody. It might have been like a Gilbert Arenas or somebody.
Right.
He always say a little silly shit anyway. But
be careful. Listen to, you know, that's what
yeah. But I mean, Luka probably less athletic than Larry. You know, and Larry Bird was 6'10".
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was 6'10" getting it, right? So that I mean, and that's just off the top of my head. I probably had to look at it a little deeper.
Yeah.
Really come up with a 5, but that's just off the top of my head.
My list is exactly the same as yours.
Yeah.
I'd roll with that exact same next 5.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I don't have no
And
problem.
Bird, it could for me is Bird or Russell. So
Yeah. I mean, you could toss around one of them dudes there. Bill Russell you might can throw him in there, but yeah, I think he was dead on.
Yeah. That's
on. Now, whatever order they come in, that's a
right.
conversation.
Yeah, that's gonna be different. Yeah, the order gonna be different.
I'm with you.
But you know, when I had Reggie Williams on, right? He said straight up, man, you know, he don't think Jordan is the GOAT. He think Magic is the GOAT.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I can't argue with his logic. You know what I'm saying? Because he like Magic could play all 5 positions.
Yeah.
You know, he was a leader, a winner, clear winner, you know, won at every level. You know what I'm saying? I think he might be he's one of the only players to win the national championship in high school, college, and win the world championship in the pro. You know what I'm saying? So, and think about, he did that like in a 3-year span.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? In high school, then they go to Michigan State, and then sophomore year they win it, and his rookie year in the NBA.
Yeah,
so that's in a 3 or 4 year span. He didn't got the triple crown.
And that's why, you know, I'm not giving up that number 2 spot freely. I just think the discussion to be had on who's number 2.
Yeah.
And Magic is heavily in that discussion, and along with Kareem. I mean, it's a heavy discussion, man, on who's number 2. And LeBron, I mean, it's a heavy discussion.
Yeah.
How many finals did Magic go to?
Was it 8?
Yeah,
8 10 years.
You know, they keep talking about LeBron went to however many he went to, but Magic damn near went to that many too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man. I mean,
but Magic got 5 rings out of it too.
He got 5 rings out of it. He got 5 rings. So I think that they a little premature with this LeBron Jordan thing because Magic, man, was
and see, time, man, is because it depends on a lot of times, man. People look at people at certain points of their career. You know what I'm saying? So you might have came in like I came in on the back end of Kareem's career. I don't hold that against him, but I don't comment on what I didn't see.
Yeah.
But I don't discount, like a lot of people will say, well, you know, they talk about you know, you got people that talk about Jordan years with the Wizards. And we're not gonna act like Mike wasn't no slouch with the Wizards. I mean, he wasn't prime Chicago.
I watched every Wizards game. I don't know if I missed 1 or 2, but when he was there, I watched every last one of them games.
Every one of them.
But if you look at Mike's numbers with the Wizards, Mike still had better. He was still better than 80% of the players in the league.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You talk about him because of the decline, but if you evaluated Mike as a Wizard, just on Mike as a Wizard, Mike was better than 80% of the players in the league.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But see, again, you know, you gotta. I've learned, man, in my years as a sports fan to really be careful who I'm talking sports with. You know what I'm saying? Because some people can frustrate the hell out of you, man, because they so, like Rodney Pierce said, they, you know, got short memories, but not only short memories, but they got small minds. You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I'm saying? We talk about, like, I see people comparing Kobe to Mike, right? But Kobe got a ring in this many years versus Mike, it took him this many years. I'm like,
Mike didn't have Shaq.
Right.
Mike never won without Scottie Pippen. I mean, how empty is that argument?
Right.
If you was around to watch, right? I mean, what are we really saying? What like come on, man. I get so frustrated sometimes when people, you know, we compare, and a lot of times because either you didn't see it in real time to really understand it. I know I done had this conversation with all three of y'all, I'm sure. I know me and Dean has had it. Me and Neil have had it. You know, MJ came into the league at a time where, number one, it wasn't a lot of TV coverage. That's the first thing. So the only MJ we was getting, that little snippet we was getting on the 11 o'clock news.
Right, or ESPN that
ESPN.
next morning.
But we talk about 84, 85. ESPN wasn't ESPN then.
Mm-hmm.
Because most people didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? Most people didn't have cable that early. Right? So, and then Chicago wasn't playing Chicago Bulls games on TV every week in the early years.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you got that factor. You know, there was no internet. You know what I'm saying? So and then the game was played from the inside out. Right?
Right.
The game is played the way it is right now, primarily because of who?
Because of Mike. Exactly.
So when you have that perspective, right? When you have that perspective on the game and why it's played the way it is now, all right, now you can make sense of it. But when I hear people talk about, man, Mike will get ate up in this league with all of the guards, you wouldn't have the guards that you have in the league right now if we didn't have Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Bryant, you know, and y'all know how I feel about Kobe. When asked right before he died, he said, listen, you don't have me without MJ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not who I am without MJ.
Right.
And that's just, I don't care, name the guard, the small forward guard types that came after MJ. The game changed when Mike came and became the dominant force in the league. Because it was always who's going to be the next.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was about to say. Everybody then equated to that's the position they needed. That's what they needed once Mike came. Before then, it was center. Everybody wanted to draft a premier center out of college.
Yep.
And then you filled the positions around that premier center. After Mike, it was like, oh, this guy looks like Michael Jordan. He looked like he could, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's get him.
And it's why I say, you know, privately, because I can't say this out loud. I'm going to say it out loud now. Shit. Mike Jordan was the greatest thing and the worst thing to ever happen to basketball, man, because it's that shiny thing in the window. You know, when you walking down Fifth Avenue in New York, and you window shopping. Oh, I gotta have that. I gotta get one of those. Everybody wanted to have that, and they just don't make those. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's a unique model. You know what I'm saying? You can't even special order that thing. You know what I'm saying? And Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, he tried. You know, he tried his best to copy and mimic, you know, and he did a great job because he looked like MJ. You know, he did a great job of it. But the one thing he didn't have is he wasn't MJ. You know what I'm saying? He was Kobe Bryant, a hell of a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? But the standard was set. You understand me? The standard was set. MJ was the standard. You know what I'm saying? So the guys that's coming up now, they say Kobe is the standard, all that, whatever the case. Some people say LeBron, but that's because that's what they eyes saw. That's what they saw.
They saw
in their formidable years coming up with the game.
That's what they saw. And I mean, when I think about Kobe Bryant, is that, I mean, he was so infatuated with Jordan. I mean, he wanted to do everything like Mike. I mean, he wanted to talk like him. He wanted to walk like him. He wanted to chew gum like him. He wanted to stick his tongue out like him. When Jordan won 6 and jumped on the table and threw the 6 out, when Kobe got his 5th, he jumped on the table and throw his 5 out. When Jordan game-winning shot and get on his knee and tap the floor, Kobe hit a game-winning shot, he get on his knee and tap the floor. I mean, all of this stuff that Kobe did to emulate Jordan, it has really, to me, it has really, because he's a replica, And Jordan is the original, and the original is always worth way more than the replica.
Right.
Kobe, the fact that he was so much of a replica, it has hurt, in my eyes, it has hurt his standing on the all-time list because he was just a copycat.
Right. He didn't have his own
He
identity.
didn't have his own identity. He didn't have his own style. You know, all these guys who looked at Jordan as a god, you know, AI and LeBron, and you can go down the list, Wade and all these guys, but they had their own style, their own individual playing style. You could see the uniqueness in their game. I don't see a damn thing unique about Kobe's game. Kobe we ain't never even seen Kobe's game. We saw him trying to be like Mike. So I think that the fact that he was trying to be a carbon copy, it has hurt his legacy. And on my list, he's further down. I mean, it's a struggle for him to get into the top 10. I have to look at that list and come up with it. But the fact that he did not have any kind of uniqueness to his game, it has hurt his legacy to me as far as on an all-time list.
Let me be clear, because you know it's coming. You know the hate is coming.
Yeah,
your boy Cheese ain't listening. You know he be on here on fire right now.
We
talking
know
about
hate,
his man
Kobe
Kobe Bean.
Coming.
He be on fire right now.
With the Kobe Bryant fans, the hate is gonna come. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is, man. When you've seen the before and after, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no argument. It's no argument to be had, man. And Kobe Bryant was a hell of a basketball player. I'm not going to discount what he accomplished at all. You know what I'm saying? But again, when you putting him up on those lists, and I'm not one to have him, up that high, and that's just me. You know what I'm saying? And that's my opinion, and I'm gonna stand by it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else is entitled to that.
There were 2 times when Kobe made me raise my eyebrows. He dropped 81, and when he scored whatever he scored in his last game,
60
in his last game. Of course, I think he took about 50 shots, but those were the only 2 times that Kobe raised my eyes, whoa. Other than those 2 occasions, he was a remarkable ball player, fantastic. The work ethic was just off the charts. I mean, he grew up as an NBA child. He had a ball in his hand basically coming out of the womb because his daddy was in the league. So he put all of his effort into basketball straight from the beginning, which Mike wasn't like that. Michael Jordan ain't come out like that. He didn't have a father that was in the league. He was more into baseball than into basketball. So he finally caught fire with the basketball. But Kobe wasn't the athlete that Jordan was. And they always talk about these guys back in the day can't play ball today. But if you take a Wilt Chamberlain and you take him up from the beginning, you know how early they give these guys trainers and all this stuff that they go through,
exactly.
that whole circuit that they go through with the AAU. You take a Wilt Chamberlain who could run a 4.4, who was the Big Ten champion in the long jump, who could high jump damn near 7 feet, who won with the discus and the shot put, who ran a mean 400 meters and bench press all that weight. And I mean, you take him through all of that in today's game, I mean, the guy would be unstoppable.
Hey, Dean, man, I want to thank you, bro. You articulated that perfectly. I just was having a discussion about that, dudes, because I watched mad YouTube on Wilt, and they talking about, Wilt couldn't handle Shaq, Wilt couldn't do that. And I was like, bro, this dude was bench pressing 500 pounds back then. So again, that's going to be my argument when I get in there tomorrow. You saying Wilt couldn't have played with these dudes. Wilt was killing without the advantage of everything you said now. So give Wilt all of those advantages of today's athlete, man. Like you said, he probably would thrash all of them.
He would. Absolutely. I mean, that guy was a freak athlete, man.
Right.
He was a freak. You think Shaquille O'Neal could keep up with that dude?
Right.
He can't.
Shaquille O'Neal was 7'2" when it was prime, 315. Wilt was 7 in 270 some pounds of nothing but muscle,
Pure muscle.
pure muscle.
Pure muscle.
Man, come
Pure
on
muscle.
now.
The guy used to jump from the free throw line to shoot his free throws. Will. They barred that.
Right, I remember, when because you could jump, and they was
Yeah.
like, you gotta,
Throws. The guy was the Big Ten long jump champ.
Yeah.
right, high jump champ too, wasn't he?
Yeah, the dude was a freak athlete, man.
But that's, again, it's tough to compare, eras. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it's not even tough. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't even be done. You know what I mean? To say, one player couldn't play in one era, or one era was better than the other. The game should evolve. The game should be played at a higher level today than it was 20, 30 years ago. It just should, because the game is supposed to progress that way.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But again, individual talent, that's a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? That's just a whole different thing, man. And we tend to do it mainly in basketball. Football, I say it a little bit, and RIP to Dick Butkus, that just recently passed away. One of the greatest middle linebackers to ever play this game. Now, in most sports, we tend to apply greatness, especially now. We apply greatness to championships. Dick Butkus, if I'm not mistaken, didn't win no championships, but still is recognized as one of the greatest to ever play the position.
I ain't even sure if he made the playoffs.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it just sometimes in today's game, man, the ring is almost it almost get a little bit watered down, really. You know what I'm saying? When people talk about this person won a ring, that person didn't win a ring. You know what I'm saying? For like Charles Barkley, for as much stuff as he talk, he controversial and stuff that he say. But who you gonna take over Barkley? I mean, ain't many people you gonna take over Barkley. If he on there, you picking teams and he one of the options. It ain't too many people you gonna pick over. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them guys. And really, he played in that Jordan era. He probably was the second best player through that whole run.
You
know what I'm saying? But their careers kind of mirrored. Barkley was probably a strong number two.
or Akeem.
Yeah. He's another one they overlook. Yeah.
So, and speaking of Akeem and Gilbert Arenas with his silly ass comments about, his moves and people paying $50,000 to go work out with him and blah blah blah. $50,000 to them guys and maybe like what, 500 to us. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what them workouts are. I don't know what they consist
50.
of or how long they take. What kind of time? What does it say?
50,000 to them is like 50 to us.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the work, but listen, anytime you got an opportunity to work out or get some knowledge from one of the greatest that ever did it, it's really priceless. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we come on, man. You seen what Hakeem did. I still feel bad for Dave Robinson today. I mean, that's been over 20 something years ago, and I feel bad for Dave Robinson every time I see them highlights.
Yeah.
I mean, now you talk about taking something personal.
MVP David Robinson.
Yeah, MVP.
Right.
Hakeem said, "Oh, he got my trophy."
Yes. Yes.
And I mean, some of the facial expressions Dave Robinson was making, man, he's like, man, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
That's probably the same equation like when y'all was talking about Kareem and Wilt.
Right.
Hey, man. Hey, sometimes, sometimes, man, it just just the knowledge that you can get from somebody that was great. You know what I'm saying? Just the conversation about the position or whatever he's teaching them. You know what I'm saying? Because like Giannis, and Giannis was the guy that's paying them 50,000. He's a guy that he's getting toward the back end of his career. He's been in the league over 10 years, correct? So he getting at that point where he got to start changing his game.
Exactly.
And he got to start adding to his game. He can't just be athletic and just be, dominant that way. He got to put some tools in the bag.
Right. Everything can be downhill, charging at the basket.
Yeah. So why not go learn from one of the best? You know what I'm saying? Why not try to add to your tool bag in any kind of way that you can? And if getting that tutoring from a King or Magic or whoever, I mean that's just like saying, you're not going to learn from a coach that played basketball 25 years ago. Most of your coaches played 20-some years ago. You know what I mean? And you're not learning something from your coaches. I'm not a big Gilbert Arenas fan. I think he say a lot of stuff for effect. He say a lot of stuff for clickbait. You know what I'm saying? He pretty popular just because he controversial when he say little stuff just to be silly.
He's a guy who's looking for attention. I mean, a lot of people are. He's one of them for sure, looking for attention.
Yeah.
I don't. What he says. I mean, he used to have a 0 on his jersey. Up in his head, that same 0. So I think what he's and Gilbert Arenas, I don't even take him really that seriously, But I don't think that Giannis or Kobe or LeBron and all them guys who went to check my man Hakeem out, I don't think they got a problem kicking out that money for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they not complaining. Gilbert's complaining. So who cares what they're talking about?
So Joe Pack say he think Peyton Manning had a better quarterback mind than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
That's definitely a
debatable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just when you talk about just from a just viewing the game, how they see the game. I mean, Peyton Manning, man, was. I hear him and Ray Lewis talking about the chess match.
Right, in his prime.
Playing against each other. You know what I'm saying? Just you got to be on your shit when you play against Peyton Manning. Because he's so smart. You know what I'm saying? And so that's definitely definitely a good conversation, to have. And again, that's another area where people throw rings out. Tom Brady got 7 rings, so that make him the best. Don't necessarily make you the better quarterback.
Right,
he was on better teams.
Had the better team. That's what I keep saying, man. That's what I was just talking about with the whole C Webb argument, man.
Yeah,
like some people are put on that list above him because of the championships. Some get the benefit of having the better team,
and did him. They did C Webb dirty. Them Sacramento Kings when them cheated them
right. Cheated him out. That like they said, that drew more viewers than the championship that year. That was the championship that year.
Yeah, they should have went that year and they would have won it.
Would have won it.
They robbed that man. Now I didn't get a chance to see the 50 list for the NBA. I don't recall, but was Dominique Wilkins on that 50?
He was not. He was not. Shaq got the 50th spot, and I didn't agree with that at the time. Shaq,
that right?
Was how many years in the league?
Like 3 years in.
Yeah, 3 years in the league.
Was
He
that
was
the?
still,
But,
he was
I mean,
still with Orlando.
wait a minute. I'm getting a little confused.
Yeah, he was still with Orlando.
So Dominique did not make that team, huh?
He did not make the 50 greatest. He's on the 75, but he didn't make the 50.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that. I didn't know that. Matter of fact, I had Dominique on my dream team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he probably should have.
I had Dominique on my dream team. I mean, Chris Mullen, I'm sorry, but I got Dominique on my dream team.
Yeah, and Isaiah should have been over
And Isaiah,
Stockton, you know.
Right.
And you want to try to diversify the team, but the reality is, man, to me, Isaiah and Dominique should have been on that team.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't even have put a college play on there.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you were gonna go college, Shaq should have got that spot.
Yeah.
Right.
I would have
over Christian Laettner.
And I would have just went all pros on that team.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And
I think it's been all pro ever since.
Dominique Wilkins, he has to be the most underrated player.
He is.
NBA history.
Mm-hmm.
People don't really know.
Right.
I'm out dunking. Yeah. Look, man.
Right.
This dude, I mean, you can go check his stats out when he was playing with the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that dude was rebounding, playing defense, scoring. I mean, Dominique Wilkins is the human highlight film. I mean, see, that's taken away from the essence of his real game.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking of him as a highlight. No. People don't understand. Dominique Wilkins is the most underrated player in NBA history, in my eye, from what I've seen.
Before Mike was giving the Sixers the blues, the Celtics the blues, Dominique was giving them the blues.
Dominique
giving them the blues.
Got highlights against Bird and them, man.
Right.
Dropping big points against them.
Mm-hmm.
They just couldn't.
And like you say, it wasn't just dunks, you know what I mean? He everything. Jump shots, he taking people off the dribble.
Yes.
But you know
boards too.
But you know why he overlooked, because he don't have the hardware.
Mm-hmm.
And most people don't care to look beyond who won rings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's most people's argument to everything is, well, he got the ring, or he didn't get a ring. You know what I'm saying? That's why people try to discount Barkley's opinions, you know what I'm saying, on the game. I mean, his opinion is just as valid as anybody else's to me, because he played it at a high level. He just didn't happen to be on teams good enough to win it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to discount.
And he played against Mike, because he was on teams good enough to win it if it wasn't for Mike. So that Phoenix Suns team, they was there.
They had to deal with that. They had to deal with MJ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, yes. I got a chance to see Dominique when he's with the Celtics.
That was the last team he was with, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think before he went overseas, or he came back from overseas and played with the Celtics, one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the very first game Chris Webber and Juwan Howard played with the Bullets.
Okay.
My mom had got me some tickets.
Was that with you at that game? I know I went to a couple of them games when Chris Webber and Howard was down there.
Nah, I took somebody else with me.
Mm-hmm.
Me and a lady friend. I ain't gonna say who, but we went to that at the Capitol Center. And we had some damn good seats. We like 10 rows up from behind. We behind one of the baskets.
Okay.
We like 8 to 10 rows behind one of the baskets. So we had real good seats. And I got to see Dominique on a break catch a pass. I think D Brown hit him with a little shovel joint. Dominique was trailing him. Dominique, man, he caught that thing, took a step inside the foul line and went airborne. At that stage of his career.
At that stage of his career.
And this is after the Achilles injury.
Right.
And tried to pull a goddamn rim down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, damn. You know, I don't know how old he was at that time, but still, he still was getting off the floor.
That was late 30s. Because he played to what, like 38?
Clearly he was 30. Yeah, he definitely was 30. But I mean, just to see him still be able to get up like that, and the play was coming right toward me. You know what I'm saying? I said, damn. You know, so I'm just imagining how tough it would have been to see him you know, in them Atlanta Hawks days, you know what I'm saying? When he was good and athletic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Dominique definitely one of the ones, man, that people kind of, you know, don't give him the credit he deserved.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and that Baltimore guy too. You know, we ain't gonna leave that part out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You heard him talk about, man, Baltimore was rough. he said, man, Baltimore was rough, man. I had to get up out of there.
Right.
Yeah, he said he had to get up out of here. But
yeah, I think there's a real nice interview with him with Vlad.
Oh, I don't mess with Vlad though.
I don't like.
I don't mess with Vlad.
Yeah. That's the first time I mean, I haven't watched the whole video, but they keep showing little excerpts in the news thing. I be reading them. And so he was getting into it, man. Yeah. He talked about Baltimore and all that stuff, you know, and yeah, but Vlad, man, yeah, I got a problem with him too.
Yeah, as you should. You know, he culture vulture.
Yeah.
You know, culture vulture. Yeah, so yeah, we've been almost 3 hours at this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It get like that when it's hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, we started off
definitely good popping in with y'all dudes, man. Just so happens I was testing my setup, you know, my daughter back. So I'm kicked out of my room that I was using before. So I had to kind of rearrange things to the bedroom. And I just happened to be testing. I seen y'all pop up on the joint.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Real good stuff. Always good when the group is on there because we all can throw them ideas out there and bounce it off the walls and everything, man. They always add a lot of flavor.
Exactly.
So you know, you got the NFL season. Really, we ain't hit the halfway mark in the NFL season yet. You know, playoff baseball and the NBA season great jump off in a couple of weeks. So it's gonna be a lot to talk about over the next couple of weeks, for sure.
Oh yeah,
for sure. So, you know, it's back to the grind tomorrow. You know, I had my little holiday today. What they call the day now? Indigenous Day, because it ain't that other guy.
Indigenous People Day, yeah.
Yeah, that other guy, that old thief.
Christopher.
Yeah. Biggie. We only acknowledge Wallace.
I heard somebody say.
Yeah.
Only Christopher they acknowledge.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So yeah, man. Joe said, yeah, Drexler got the ring with Houston. Yeah, he had to chase that thing. Yeah, he had to chase it because he wasn't gonna get it.
Won it?
Huh?
Was Drexler on one of them Houston teams?
The second one.
Yeah, he was on there the second.
The second one? Okay.
The second one, yeah. They
Yeah,
that was Hakeem said, let me get my man over here. Man.
Back from Houston,
Before Mike get back in the league. Mike gonna shut all that shit down, you know what I
mean? Right. Some rumblings that Mike coming back. We ain't gonna never get no more championships.
Yeah. And goddamn I be reading all this. I don't be knowing whether to believe this stuff or not. So I'm saying that Drexler said he was tougher, you know, more athletic than Mike Jordan or whatever. Man, I was like, I didn't even click on it.
I hope he didn't click on it.
I said, I'm not even gonna waste my time reading that because I seen it. You know what I'm saying? And Clyde wasn't no slouch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about, you know, somebody that didn't deserve to be. Clyde was a Hall of Famer in his own right. But come on. Yeah. Come on, Clyde. I hope he didn't say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I hope he didn't. I hope he wasn't foolish enough to utter those words. And you know, I did see a clip, and somebody posted this talking about his proof that Clyde was frying Mike. You know, everybody get a move off on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the NBA. I mean, come on, man. Everybody, you know, Mike had been dunked on, he'd have been stripped, he'd have been crossed up, all that shit, man. It's part of the game.
Right.
But at the end of the day, man, it's MJ and everybody else.
Yeah, period.
And that's just how it's gonna be.
And I mean, you know, and again, you know, when people who don't make the NBA Finals is the biggest stage.
Yeah.
And it's the biggest stage, and if you can do it on that stage, then you most certainly is legit. And I don't know of anybody who has done it on that stage more prolific than what Michael Jordan did.
Right.
I just don't know anybody who's done it like he did on that stage. I wasn't around when them Celtics did it. You know, I know it was only a handful of teams in the league and all that kind of stuff, but I have not seen anybody on that stage perform like Jordan did. And that goes, you can take all his accolades and MVPs in the league and scoring titles and defensive player of the year and all those things that he's done in the league statistically, and being a great athlete and floating on air and all of that kind of stuff. And I mean, even if I got enough money to buy one ticket to see somebody play in the history of the NBA, my see Jordan play.
It's gonna be Mike.
It's gonna be Mike, man. And I mean, that counts something big to me. It's like, I don't see everybody these people play. I got enough for a ticket. Who am I gonna spend it on? I'm spending it to go see Mike. Period.
We got some deception. Not deception. We got a little debate in the room.
Getting his own rules.
Well, that come with greatness, big bro.
Exactly. It ain't like he wasn't killing people before the rules. So you know what I'm saying?
And I seen Isaiah Thomas say some stuff like talking about you know, when they were fouling Mike, he went to the commissioner and all that shit. He ain't never stopped coming at them neither.
He didn't. He still was coming to the hole every play.
He coming right back. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, Mike Jordan, whatever they got going on, man, you know, man, they need to have a sit down. They ain't got to do that. They ain't got to do it on TV. They just need to get together. But I know it ain't gonna happen because you know, Mike, man, I ain't paying that motherfucker no mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping off him. You know.
And anybody that's arguing the greatness of Michael Jordan, I mean, they must got some real hate for the man or something. I mean, you cannot argue his greatness.
Yeah.
Right.
And that is something that you can't argue. How can you argue his greatness?
Yeah.
I just don't see anybody that argues his greatness. There has to be some kind of ulterior motive thinking or something, man, because you can't argue his greatness. You can't.
Nah. That, you know, one of one. You know what I'm saying? We may never see that again. You know, we may never live to see that again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just leave that alone because I can go on for a couple of days.
Well, we might have to dedicate a show to that because I got a whole lot more than that.
Another thing, because I'm gonna definitely great wrap up, even over 3. But another thing, I know, Dean, we had talked about it, dedicating the show to female athletes, and I watched an interview today on the Knuckleheads they had Cheryl Miller on Knuckleheads podcast, and you know, she talked about, you know, her career, you know, of course cut short by injury. After her college days, she had a devastating knee injury that prevented her from, you know, going professional overseas and really, you know, kind of, because she'd have been in her 30s by the time the WNBA came along, and you know, I'm sure she would have loved to play in that, had that opportunity had she been healthy enough to do it. But you know, she just talked about the women's game. You know, she talked about playing with the McGee twins, and she talked about playing with Cynthia Cooper, who I had the pleasure. I got an opportunity to see Coop in them early Houston days, man, when they was running them back to back joints. I got a chance to see Cynthia Cooper down in Charlotte They played against the Charlotte thing, played against Darren Staley and them. She was different. Cynthia Cooper was different, Jack. I'm talking about the speed, just her ability. She was different. You know what I'm saying? And remember, Swoops was supposed to be.
That's what I was about to say.
Swoops was supposed to be that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, she got pregnant, but when she came back, she still was tough.
Right.
She was tough, man. But that goddamn Cynthia Cooper, man. And Cheryl Miller said it. You know, she said she probably was the best baller she ever played with.
Mm.
And on them teams that she was on, Cynthia Cooper wasn't even starting. She was like the sixth player off the bench. You know what I'm saying? So that's how tough the teams was.
Mm-hmm.
But then just her ability. So we definitely at some point, man, gonna have to do a show on, you know, female athletes, female hoopers, female athletes, you know, the Serena Williamses and, you know, the young Cocos and you know, got to put some shine on the female athletes for real. I know, you know, we don't really talk about females like that, female athletes like that, but definitely at some point we're gonna have to dedicate some time, man, to talk about some of the female athletes over and number one, man, young girl, just the
tennis player?
No, my girl, the gymnast, Simone.
Simone
Simone
Biles.
Biles. She became the you know, she just got the most medals in history of gymnastics. You know, she's the number one. I mean, she been number one in my eyes for the longest time, and I'm not a huge gymnastics fan, but good God Almighty, you know what I'm saying? That's something to need to be celebrated. You know, for sure. So
especially considering what she went through.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so I'm a great wrap it up, boy. Because if I keep going, I'm gonna have to call in. I'm gonna have to call in tomorrow, you know. But I've had a blast, you know what I'm saying, fellas.
Definitely that.
Had a blast, you know, and had the whole crew on.
Shout out to Big Rod. Shout out to Joe Pack.
Yeah, all the big homies.
Cuzzo, we was getting some good comments today.
Yeah, and my man Thaddeus Hall checking in. We go to the same church. Shout out to New Star Church, Pastor Jonathan Hancock.
Old Johnny.
Shout out to, you know, all everybody, man, that chimed in, people that tuned in. Appreciate y'all. You know, trying to get everybody scheduled. Everybody, man, we just got so much going on. So, and I'm ready to start basketball in another 30 days. So my stuff will really be tight. So, you know, we'll get in when we can, you know, as far as doing the round table joints. But y'all got some show ideas y'all want to see us talk about, you know, hit me in the inbox. You know, y'all fellas want you know, do some commentary, you know, shoot me a video. That's my roundtable guys, y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all got some video y'all want to post in the group or on the YouTube page, man. You know, shoot your video and we'll get them posted up. And you know, get your content out there. But it's been a pleasure on this Monday. Who won the football game tonight?
I don't
even know who played. That's how I'm footballed out after the Ravens lost. Hey, shit,
did you get a chance to see the Ravens down there, Neil?
Nah, I don't watch NFL like that, but they don't really play it down here. But they do have a spot down here, Hudson Grill, where whenever the Ravens play, some kind of way they get the games and they show them there. And man, it's a huge crowd of people from Baltimore. I mean, the joint be packed. If you ain't there early, you might not get in.
Okay.
And they do it like that.
That's what's up.
What's the day's date? The 9th? Oh, the Raiders beat Green Bay 17-13.
Okay.
All right. Well, I probably wouldn't have wanted to watch that no way.
Right.
You know. But Yeah, so I appreciate y'all fellas, man, for coming on. Everybody for tuning in. You know, we started off with a little funeral, you know, a little somber. You know what I mean? I had my had my shades and I'm all black.
That's before you got on, Nick.
Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah.
I seen when you did the wardrobe change. Why the you know what I mean, the backup singers.
He's over there tearing up, man.
Yeah, so I know everybody's a little somber. You know, Ravens lost to the Steelers and
Right.
the Orioles lost yesterday. You know, the city was on fire. Even Maryland lost to Ohio State.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
The host was so high Friday. You know,
right.
This is gonna be a great weekend in Baltimore.
Look, the dude next to me from Cleveland, man. So we was watching the game at the shop Saturday. I like, oh my goodness, man. I don't know. You know what I mean,
what was the score of that Ohio State Maryland game?
27-17, I think.
Something like that.
So they wasn't. They ain't even get beat bad. Like,
nah, they didn't get beat bad.
Nah. They had their opportunities, man. You know.
Yeah.
They muffed them, man.
Yeah. That's always next week.
That's what they say.
But they what they 5-1?
Maryland? Yeah. Maryland, all right, man. They gonna get the 6 win.
That's what I told my man. I said, yo, you mess around and y'all might be playing for the Big Ten championship.
Right.
You know, Michigan's still right there, but still.
Right. Michigan, Penn State, and Ohio State. They the big three right now, but Maryland knocking at the door.
Yeah. That's good. And all three of them undefeated still, right?
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
Damn, we ain't get a Coach Prime update this week.
Right.
They won though, didn't they? They pulled it out.
Yeah, they won. They won this week.
They pulled it out. The big news was Shador over there going at the Arizona State fans with his watch on, showing them his watch, at his watch with 70 dimes.
Man, for real though, man, Shakur, because I'm real into college this year, man. Though that dude taking too many hits, man.
He is.
He's taking way too many hits.
That's the big.
And he's getting rid of the ball quicker.
He getting
so hit. it ain't that he's holding the ball too long, but man,
they gonna hit him. Really, just like what's the kid name to play both ways, the corner and the wide receiver?
Oh, the one that's on the injured.
That hit he took.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of who they are and they loud and they brash, you know, and because of who Prime is and how he is, you know, you're gonna get a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that ain't got nothing to do with football. It's just all about the hate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know, with a lot with Deion, if you say that there's some kind of lacking, is the fact that he's gonna have to build those lines up.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I think his whole recruiting class gonna be in the off season, the offensive line, because they small.
They small. And the defensive line, he got to build them lines up. You know, he getting the skill players.
Yeah,
them guys are knocking Colorado, but he got to get them big dudes.
Yeah, and that's something I think he been always clear about that. You know, even when he was at Jackson State, you know, he said that, you know, we could hang with some of them guys with the skill guys. We'd get killed up front.
Yeah, Oregon proved that.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, for sure, Coach Prime, you know, is proving that he's a builder. You know what I'm saying? That he can come in and get the job done at wherever. You know what I'm saying?
Immediately.
Yeah.
Exactly. And really, I mean, it's not an easy thing to do. No. You know what I'm saying? To come in and change the culture. I mean, they won one game.
Right.
All of last year, and they were terrible. You know what I'm saying? And so to come in and to change not only the culture there, but I mean, damn near did a whole complete overhaul of the roster. You know what I'm saying? And so now, you know, look at the atmosphere down there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you haven't heard about Colorado since goddamn Cordell Stewart was down there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they was a little relevant back then. What didn't Bieniemy go there too?
Yeah,
Or was Bieniemy at Nebraska?
I thought he was at Colorado, but
I mean, you know, Michael
irrelevant.
Westbrook and all them dudes. I mean, they ain't been really relevant since that around that time. Rashawn Salam and all them dudes.
Right. And
You know what I'm saying?
and you know that 1-11, man. I mean, the 11 losses that they had was by an average of 30 points. That lets you know how bad they were.
Right.
Yeah.
So what he's done this year is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. We definitely got to talk about Caleb Williams, man. And you know, and I'm gonna say it real quick because we can definitely do a show on that. He really in a good position at this point. The same way Angel Reese said with the women's college basketball, that I can stay at LSU and make more money than most of the WNBA players. You know what I'm saying? And so Caleb Williams said that he only want to play for certain teams because he can stay in college. I think he got another year that he can stay, and he'll make the money. So he ain't gonna be hurting for the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's definitely something we definitely got to do put some time in on that one.
On that note, let me throw this out here. So let me throw this out real quick. So you know, Georgia is the first state to allow the deals for high schoolers now, right?
What?
So they said it's a kid down here in high school right now. They did the projection that he could make 10 million in high school before he even goes on a college campus in NIL deals.
Wow.
10 million.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's damn.
Wow.
Right.
I mean, that's all I can say. Wow.
Right.
Because I mean,
That's unreal.
I wasn't no great basketball player, no athlete and shit, but goddamn, I'm just imagining a 16.
Right. I feel like I could have got the local car dealership to give me a couple hundred. You know what I'm saying? My sneakers would have been free. Something.
Wow.
Like, why did we not live in this times?
Wow.
10 million.
Man.
10 million.
10 million.
Yeah. Rodney asked to find out what his name is. So
I definitely will.
God damn, 10 mil in high school.
10 mil.
Can you imagine how much McDonald's I'd have been treating them young girls to back in high school, man? McDonald's.
Supersize it, baby.
Yeah, get cheese on that thing, girl. What are you talking about? Man, you imagine we'd have been going to the Sizzlers and what was popping back in the 80s when we was
Ponderosa, Sizzlers, Rustlers, right? Horn and Horn.
Joe got the best answer.
The doghouse. Get you a half a sukiyaki, baby.
Corner basket's on me, baby.
Dog house.
The dog house, baby. Hey, matter of fact, we going for breakfast and lunch. Right. You know what I mean, Mr. O, we be back.
That's
We'll
unreal.
be back around 12. You know what I mean?
Right.
Man, that's crazy. 10 million in high school.
That's unreal.
High school.
That's unreal.
Shit. Well, damn.
That's
my daughter a senior. I might have to make another baby.
Damn. I mean,
Man,
girl, how many?
Move to Georgia. You should have. Hey, get her see NIL for softball. Let's see you, yeah, my guy. Shoot.
How many of them girls in that high school up on his nuts?
Right.
Teachers.
Yeah.
Shit.
Teachers, right.
Some of them teachers think about retiring. Shit.
Right.
Damn.
That's real.
Yeah, this. But yo, we talking about $billion industries.
Mm-hmm.
The money is there.
It's always been there.
The money
and that was always the beef that these kids are struggling.
But
while everybody else grabbing out the pot.
But like I said,
now that they hand in the pot, they mad, you know.
Like I said earlier, yo, sports, the business of sports the average person get frustrated with the money that they make and not looking at the money that's generated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The money, yeah, Joe said exactly. Teenage tennis players been getting it all forever.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But yo, they look at a dude, we'll just lay Lamar Jackson with his 275 whatever 285 million, and we look at why he getting that money versus the money Steve Bisciotti getting. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Steve Bisciotti, you know what I'm saying? See, another thing, man, we love these teams, and we want like say the Orioles, man. It was a big deal about, the Orioles might move to Tennessee. I knew they weren't going no damn Nashville. You got the greatest stadium. This stadium is why everybody else's stadium look the way it do right now. We got the model. You know what I'm saying? And it's still considered one of the greatest places to play baseball in all of baseball. They're not going to leave that. But it's a negotiation. The Angelo's boys going to try to negotiate to get the best deal they can get. You know, man, these teams be paying $1 a rent.
Right.
$1 a year for rent and get all these tax incentives, you know what I'm saying, for these stadiums that make the owners richer and richer and richer. You know what I'm saying? And we complain about players getting their money. I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. And I'll never not side with a player getting his money.
Right.
Go get your money. You know what I'm saying? And I feel so bad for J.K. Dobbins, who was trying to get his money and he get injured this year on the contract year. You know what I'm saying? And it probably, I'm sure he's not gonna get a long-term deal next year. I'm sure of that. You know what I'm saying? But it's the nature of the business, man. It's just the sports business is ugly. You know what I'm saying? The business of sport is ugly. And it can frustrate you if you let it. Athletes getting paid don't have the dollars of owners who sign the check and can afford to pay them $40 a year. Hey, and again, that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? You talking about billionaires making dudes millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah, I can sign that check.
Man, that sport, those sports, man, generating millions. Them athletes out there, we watching the athletes, that those sports are generating billions of dollars, man. So them guys, man, they definitely deserve to get paid.
Yeah, ain't no doubt. All right, we can do this all night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'd be on. We'd look up. It'll be tomorrow.
Right.
But
It
I
is
appreciate
tomorrow
y'all.
now, ain't it?
You got a couple minutes. About 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, but I appreciate
Oh,
y'all.
damn, 20
again.
minutes. Damn, tomorrow's my mother's birthday. R.I.P.
Yeah, happy birthday. Happy heavenly birthday, Miss Jackie.
R.I.P. to your mother, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I'll see y'all fellas, man.
What's tomorrow?
All right.
10th?
10th, October 10th. Yeah.
10th, yeah. Wow.
10-10.
10-10. How about that, man? That's a big number there, man. 10-10.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
We out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I don't know who said that. Oh, Kim. Hey, Kim. Talking about she cursed enough.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fellas.
All right, man.
Y'all be easy until the next time.
Until the
Salute.
next. Absolutely.